Hi everyone, welcome to Girlies Talk Elestrals. Y'all don't know this is a little thing where every now and then we like to remind people that girls play card games. I swear guys play them too, but I don't know. Today we're talking about card rarities, and I have the lovely Helen here with me. Helen, you want to say hi to chat? Chat, say hi to Helen right now.
Hey Chad, how's it going? Oh man, it's weird. It's weird thinking that like we know that like you and I we play Elestrals, we play other stuff. Like, hey, hi, there's more of us occasionally, sometimes, maybe. What is going on? Bean, Wirtz, we've got Righteous Oxidize, El Muerto. What do you do? Morning.
You're so good at reading my chat. Good morning everyone. Hi. Firstly, hello Twitch. Hello YouTube. Hi. Is Helen coming through alright audio-wise, by the way? Let me know if y'all can hear her alright.
Yeah, let me know if I need to sit a little closer to the mic.
We need to adjust over the wall, let us know.
I can yab for a little bit just so people can hear me. Audio sounds good. Redeemed a posture check.
Oh my god, posture. We're both posturing.
We're both postured. This is your chair, Wirtz. What do you mean?
We should be posture moosing, you know what I mean?
True.
Hydrate, that's crazy.
We just started. I mean, yeah, that's
everyone gets a 2-for-1 deal today. That's insane. Chat, this is the time your channel points have the most value. Think about it.
Incredible, yeah. You get 2 of us doing posture checks and hydrations.
I know, right?
So when do you invade the stream? I mean, you're in the other room. Like, whatever you want, I guess.
Not the Wild Woods cameo. Shop Elestrals right now. Everyone subscribe to Woods.
Subscribe to Woods?
So real.
Oh my gosh.
Congrats on first, by the way, Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Jill. Hello, Woods. Hello, Josh, my goat, my horse. Hello, Helmoto. Hello, Dwarf. Hi. So today we're talking about card rarities. So there's 2 ways to go about card rarities. First off, we have the basic Elestrals symbol at the bottom of the card that tells you the rarity of the card. You can find common, uncommon, rare, and you can have stellars and reverse stellars. But card rarity also can refer to the art on a card. There's alt arts in mini card games. Elestrals, y'all know there's stellars. There's also full arts. There's so many different variations. We have stained glass. We have stellar constellations.
Yeah, there is a lot of good art in Elestrals. It sets off all the neurons in my brain. I just want all of them. I'm addicted to shiny cardboard. I'm sorry. Just I don't need rent this month. I can just buy more cardboard. Obviously.
Exactly. It's fine. It'll keep the roof up. It'll keep all the bulk.
Yeah. Yeah. If we stack the bulk high enough, it'll support us. It's fine. Hey, why don't you guys start the stream with the scrumptious Baja Blast Pie?
I swear, I think they stopped selling those. I swear.
Oh my god. No, we need rent now. No, you're kind of right.
We need rent. Oh man. Alright, Chad. What said so? No shattered stars this month.
Oh, dang it. Come on. Are they open this early? Who knows?
I don't know. I know there's a couple that are like 24 hour in this area, but you know, I feel like you're hard pressed to like get the Baja Blast Pie this week.
They're gonna be open around me because I'm EST, but I don't know about you.
Fair Fair enough, fair enough.
At worst, we sacrifice the binder of sacrificed packs. No, we're not selling your sealed collection. That's just too nice. We'll open that up in like 30 years.
Oh. The point of the seal collection, only to be opened later.
Yeah, exactly. When it's worth like a bajillion times more. Obviously.
You have all the shattered stars. Every single star.
Every single star has been shattered.
No, it's yet to be shattered because it's still sealed.
Yeah. We have one pack from each shattered stars that is still sealed. I have opened the rest of it.
I feel that.
The intrusive thoughts in my head say to go open the packs, and the sensible part of my brain says no. Words would be mad.
Let's save it for a special occasion, surely.
Yeah.
And like 20, 30 years from now, when y'all renewing your vows, y'all can open them.
One pack of every released pack ever since the dawn of Elestrals. That's true. We do have one of every single pack, including prototype.
Ooh.
Yeah. So all of the promo packs, we have the prototype pack, every set release, every Shattered Stars. One pack is totally sealed and in a binder that is behind my head. Yep, there we go. The big R.
So it's been a
snack.
It's been a while since I've like actually tallied this. Since the start of Elestrals, we've got a lot of new rarities, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you have your like special rarities. There's this foil, right? We have reverse foil now.
Yes, we do.
We have reverse foil. We've had so. How would you personally break down Stellars? I personally break down Stellars for there's serialized Stellars, promos, and reverse Stellars. Do you think there's like any more breakdown from that point? And do you think that's like a good starting point?
I think that's a pretty solid starting point because we have obviously the serialized, the X of 99s, the X of 10s, the X of 25s now because that's newer as of Firestorm. We have the reverses that have been with us since Frostfall. The promo Stellars have pretty much been with us since Kickstarter, since those were initially in the Kickstarter promo packs. So I say that's I can't think of anything else off the top of my head as far as the Stellars go, so I'm pretty sure that covers it.
So we have full arts now. We have the textured full arts. What do you consider like the flame break part? Do you consider that their own rarity, or do you think because it's only really happened on reverse Stellars that they just fall into reverse Stellars?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because what are our current frame breaks? We have the top 16 Cyprong from Kiss Me. We have, oh my god, what? Blanking on. I think, isn't technically... No, hilariously enough, I have, like, the Viscerus, and I don't know if this is fully considered frame break.
I think all full arts by base frame break. I think majority of full arts, if not all of them, flame break. I think it's specifically ones that still have the flame, if that makes sense. In order to break the flame, they have, like, the main Elestrals flame.
Yeah. So... I don't know if I consider the frame breaks like its own category, so to speak. But that's just me. I mean, again, everybody's entitled to kind of sort them out at their discretion. But personally speaking, I don't consider it to be its own category.
Yeah. And so, like, this is an interesting thing. So coming from a game like One Piece TCT, when it comes to rarities, like, obviously you have your base card rarities, but when it comes to special cards, they have, like, basic alt cards in the game, which are, like, pretty common. There's, like, 2 per box on average. So, like, when Elestrals has all these different card types, like, mainly out of, like, Shattered Stars, correct me if there's, like, any that per outside of like 4 odds in the main sets. But Shoutouts has introduced us to like a lot of different like card types, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Outside of the main sets, I think it's primarily in like the promo packs, realistically, because that's where a lot of the alternate art is coming from. Shattered Stars, the promo packs. Main set has like your full arts and whatnot, but Shattered Stars was pretty much specifically, to my understanding of it, and Dan has previously explained it, because we initially, with the original Kickstarter, we had the artist collection.
Mm-hmm.
The Shattered Stars was supposed to be a way to kind of extend that artist collection out so that everybody could have accessibility to it if they, subscribe to Shattered Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the best way to kind of like keep doing those sorts of packs without having them be like, as fat as they were.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of the promos that you see in any of these, like, especially like now that we've had additional Kickstarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Following the original set of Elestrals. With each of these Kickstarters, we've seen on the page the option to support for, like, promotional cards, which makes sense, right? Like, if you play the TCG, you'd love even more TCG, clearly.
Yeah.
And so outside of like these like larger like Kickstarter promotionals, like very few times do I think people would go out of their way to be like, you know what, I'm going to buy 50 cards in one.
Yeah, those are like, even thinking on it now, like God knows how they pack that.
Mm-hmm.
Like like how big is that 50 card pack? I mean, I guess technically for the recent Kickstarter with Awakened, I think it's technically going to be like the 25 card of the like normal arts, and then it's a separate pack for the Stellars. I think that's how it's going to work. I don't think they're shoving all 50 into one pack, because that would be nuts.
Yeah, from what it sounds like, each one has, so they have one for the spirits, that's its own whole pack. They have one for the other promos, and then it does sound like you get an entire separate pack with just the Stellars. Like, I guess they could shove it into one pack. It seems kind of crazy.
Yeah. If I remember, I think the Clash promo had, what was it, 37 in it? It was something like that, and I fully don't remember. Ghost Rarity?
No, that is a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Okay. I have to admit, I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh, like, at all. Most of my background for TCGs was primarily collecting Pokemon cards, and I played a bit of Hearthstone. Way back in the day. Like, the modern Hearthstone, from what I've been told, is drastically different from how I know it. So, like, if I tried to go back in and play it, I would be totally lost.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, you have a lot of different, like, rarities. The most common... Not the most common, but I guess, like, the most iconic you've seen as of recently when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh rarities is, they have the, like, Starlight or Quarter Century wares.
Okay.
They kind of just look like this. If they do it right, some of these have like a special UV stamp towards the text box. And those are Quarter Century secret wares, or just Quarter Century wares. They're a modified variety of, this is like called a secret wear. And they have a little watermark on them. And so they're rare because like it's all the cards that come in this like basic texturing and rarity have usually a chance to become like this Quarter Century secret. Or sometimes it's like it's a completely different card as well.
I will say, from some of the art that I've seen from Yu-Gi-Oh, their artists are really good, man. Like, I am blown away by even like some of the simpler card arts. It's just like crazy to me how good everything looks.
I will say that's one thing I prefer about like Elestrals and other card games is Yu-Gi-Oh tends to actually gatekeep its artists. Every Yu-Gi-Oh artist is under like an NDA to not disclose that they've done Yu-Gi-Oh art.
Oh wow.
And they don't credit their artist on like the illustrator on the card.
Really? They
No,
don't?
they
Oh my!
don't.
Oh wait, I'm kind of looking. That's nuts. Like,
Right?
why would you not want to credit your artist? Like, even if they aren't allowed to say that they've done art for them, like at least put credit on the card.
What?
That's like saying, "Oh, I wrote a book," and then they don't credit the author in the book. It's like, are you nuts? That's so because they're Konami. Yeah, that's kind of
funny.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Thank you, Woods. Thank you for the shout out on the quarter waves on the desk.
For Yu-Gi-Oh, I remember when they released Ultra Rare, they hollow the attribute. No, it's full hollow, which is really cool. Okay.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh has like a really long list of rarities. I think there's like well over 16 unique rarities, and then there's some that you could actually only get out of a machine called the dual terminal.
Oh,
it's like an arcade machine.
Tim has decided to come in and show me some of the Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh wait, there's.
Everyone say hi, Woods.
Here.
Cat, look, it's Woods. Woods cameo. Subscribe to Woods.
I thought they were in here. I have it in
Is it in like your giant box?
in one of these cards.
Guys, surely.
So Wirtz is the one who has a lot of like TCG experience, so he's pretty much almost everything.
Yep. Man, I got a bunch of yummies here.
Yummy.
Nothing of the higher rarity to look at.
His biggest thing is magic. So, like...
I had a QCR Book of Moon. I thought it was... I don't know where it went then.
Unfortunate.
Oh, well. Bye-bye.
Bye, Woods.
And the way he runs off. Yeah, no, he's always been into magic. I think I had actually gifted him a few magic cards recently. I think this was the OG Dark Magician Girl. Yeah, you're right. You're so right, chat. This was one of the... This is just like a basic hollow. But this was like the first commander he ever pulled. Not this card specifically. I bought that one for him. But like, even looking at like... I'm gonna pull this out of the top for a second. The art on some of like the old Magic cards is always really interesting. Because like, they have the hollow pattern around like the border. And if I'm gonna pull this out of the sleeve here, just to like really get a better look on it. Not all the way out, I promise. There is like a slight hollowing on the actual card art itself.
It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's very subtle. But this is like, again, older Magic cards. This was the year.
Oh, Cryptic, welcome to this stream.
Welcome. I don't think it says the year of the set, but that's okay.
Yeah, the tinfoil OG that you ended up trading for a drop. It's actually something Helen's going to help me with, because so like Pokemon cards, like you know a bit about MTG. When it comes to Pokemon cards, like I just know that they look cute.
Yeah, no, that's Shadowmoor early 2000s. Thank you, just appreciate it. So yeah, that was like, God, again, more than 20 years ago, and that art significantly evolved since. I mean, if you look at like some of the art for nowadays with like recent collaboration sets on Magic, it's totally changed. Everything is like completely changed. Chat, do you know if San is a cute little chicken nugget? No, San is a cute lobster. What are we talking about?
Speaking of MTG, I saw this set with this fish, and this art is like very pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Look at that chat. They quoted. I swear they quoted the artist. Do they quote the artist?
Dan. Yeah, where's his told me about this card? They do credit the artist, I believe, on the bottom left corners. I'm just gonna pull up the.
Yeah, Tal. Let's get a little zoomed in on this. Ah,
But
yeah.
they do credit. Yeah, they do credit their artist for sure.
Kellogg Roots. That's cute.
Dan is basically a party game designed with the rules of Magic: The Gathering, a la Uno. Yeah, you know what?
Wait, it's a completely different game format? I thought this was just a fish.
A little bit. A little bit.
It's crazy.
I have to explain.
Yeah.
We get the deep
magic
chat. Sit up.
The
Sit
magic
down,
expert
chat.
is-
Here we go.
The reason they made that Dan not collaboration, but the set, or like almost like Celestial Shadow Stars, it's their secret lair, is Dan is a one deck like format that people have made where the idea is that it's a bunch of cards that manipulate the top of the deck, cards that destroy islands, and Dan-Dans. So the whole thing is you're trying to destroy your opponent's island, put the Dan-Dans in spots of the deck that you will draw them while players can't actually get to them. So you're kind of just like fishing for Dan-Dans and trying to make sure that you draw the Dan-Dan, and if your opponent gets the Dan-Dan, you have to destroy their islands, the Dan-Dan leaves play. It's a really fun format. It's basically like Uno, but Magic the Gathering.
Thank you, Warts. That's my goat. That's my horse.
The orange reminds me of Lobster's Pet Chandra.
Y'all, if you don't know Tempai Dragon Chandra, Helen, I suppose we can bring up Chandra really quick, because it is a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Okay.
That actually leads me to like an interesting thing as well, actually. So, not every card game out there has like a digital version. Elestrals happens to be one of those card games. You know, this is Chandra, but this is paper Chandra. There's also digital Chandra.
Ooh.
So, Macedor has Yu-Gi-Oh! Macedor, which is one of their digital versions of the card game. Does something kind of interesting. I haven't played other digital versions of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Macedor is actually my first it's like the first time I've really been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually.
Gotcha.
But what Macedor does is they have these things called Royal Finish cards. And so it's like if you had a digital card, like how do you make it more exciting for people, right? You make it super shiny with a bunch of super effects. That's what you do.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, this is an example of a Royal Finish card. It just looks super fancy.
Foolish Burial.
So, any card that is like SR or UR, wherever it has a small chance to be poured or crafted in this finish. So that's how they do that.
That's really cool. I do love that foiling around the border where it's that kind of shattered glass look. It's very nice.
Yeah, and in game it has a little animation where it actually like the light like
almost
shines over the foiling.
Almost feels or looks prismatic. Yeah, that's actually that's a lot better of a descriptive word than I could have thought of. Yeah, 100%. They're also doing alt arts on MD2 now. Oh, okay.
Huh. Oh yeah, they are doing alt arts. Yeah, so it's really interesting to see like in Elestrals that you can craft like you can craft little upgrades to the card. I believe that's something you can actually do in Duel Links. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe in Duel Links you can upgrade the rarity of your card. Similar to how like Elestral's crafting system allows you to like change the foils. But I'm not sure if that's like I don't know if that's existed in other virtual TCGs or not, but I think that's an interesting take on the virtual side of rarities to be able to kind of like mix and match how your card looks.
I know you can do it in Pokemon Pocket, and I don't remember if you can do it in the Pokemon, like the virtual TCG for Pokemon. That I'm not 100% on because I haven't touched that in a long time. But Pocket, if you do play Pocket, you can like add like if you have extra of like I don't know if it's like Stardust or something like that, but there's a currency where you can like add additional little effects when your cards hit the board, which is really cute. Like I don't mind it. If you pull like a bunch of like one type of card and you're only allowed to have deck, you can convert to like yeah.
Aw,
Yeah.
this is cool.
That's it.
This is
Yeah,
super
it's really
cute.
cool. So you're essentially, I think it's what, 2 or 3 max in the deck. So if you pull like duplicates,
Mhm.
you essentially convert the extra to like again, I can't remember the actual name of the currency. I think it's Stardust. I'm not 100% sure. And then you can use that to buy like little effects that when your card hits the board, they just kind of like do that effect. It's really cool.
Huh. How interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, like, it's really neat, and so like I like how a lot of digital card games are adding this kind of stuff because like if anyone who like plays any kind of like paper card game, like there was an appeal to shiny cardboard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a neat little thing for the card game players.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, you can't put your special cards in, like, different card sleeves. Because, you know, then that'd be considered cheating. Because you could find those cards easy. The best way to show off your paper cards is to get the fancier art. Basically.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know some people, like, live and die by max rarity, but, like, my anxiety could not imagine carrying around, like, a couple $1,000 deck, personally.
So about that.
I know plenty of people do it. There's nothing wrong with it. I fully
Listen.
support your decisions. I just personally...
I only do it for the one deck, I promise. It's for my OG Centaur deck. I'm pretty much trying to, like, get as many stellar arts or, like, essentially full art rarity arts on the deck as possible. And that's just because I happen to have the X of 10 Centaur. You know, no big deal.
Yeah, you know, just girlies doing girly things, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, the whole thing, and I joked about it on Twitter last night. When they, for the recent announcement for Elestrals, they announced the new X of 10 for Shattered
Oh, right.
is Ankle Surge.
Yes, okay, that one is so pretty.
It's so pretty. I've been a big Ankle Surge, Ankle Shock stan since it came out because I'm just like, I'm already playing Astra deck.
Mm-hmm.
I can easily splash these into my Centaur deck without issue. And I'm like, oh. And then I saw the Stellars and I'm like, oh. Yeah, this has to happen now. Like, this is non-negotiable. We're making the whole deck as sparkly as possible. It's just good.
For sure. Let me go grab that one, actually, because it is the art is gorgeous, chat. If y'all haven't seen it, like, the basic, I love the full art, right? But, like, gosh, they picked such a pretty Stella.
If you don't have it, I definitely have the art saved, so I can drop that to you real quick.
Maybe drop it. I'm not. I swear they posted this recently.
I don't know if they like fully
Maybe.
posted it on Twitter, but I got the screen grab.
Mm.
There you go.
Helen with the hookup. That's my girl. That's my girl.
Oh yeah. No, it's so good looking. And if you guys have already seen like the Stellar X of 99 for Surge, it just takes it to a whole another level, man. It's the colors really pop. Simone did such an incredible job with it. It's just so good.
Love
it. And what's interesting about how they've been doing their they're essentially their full art stellar serialized stellars. If they're just essentially doing the stellar coloration over the full art, which honestly I'm cool with. Because if, like, the Anglo-Surge full art was already a really fantastic art. Now we're just adding the stellar colors onto it. Chef's kiss. I'm here for it.
Nice.
On the flip side, if it wasn't that, like, in your objective opinion, wasn't a great art for the full art, then I could understand some people being upset with them just not taking a different direction with the serialized stellar. So, you know, you kind of have both sides of the coin there.
Yeah, I think people also have to keep, like, I think they also don't keep in mind budget.
That's true. So, and again, I can't claim to know how, like, financially stuff works with the artist team. I can only imagine that it's like they pay for, you know, X amount of... Again, this is all me making assumptions. I'm not... Despite my shirt saying Elestrals staff, I am not internal staff. This was from Kissimmee. So I don't claim to know anything on the internal side of things. Me pure speculation. That is my forewarning to chat. What I presume how it works, and again, I'm assuming obviously this will likely be under NDA, so I don't think anybody can really in that sort of sense, but again, my word is not fact.
Mm-hmm.
What I assume it is that the artists get paid for, you know, whatever art that they create for the cards, and if they were to, you know, have another art created, they would need to pay it for that other art as well. So by essentially having the same artwork and then essentially putting the stellar colors over it, I don't know if it's considered technically a different art or if it's just like, hey, if it's necessarily like, oh, we're just digitally recoloring. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
If they get like paid for the stellar version of the art separately than they do the original art. I presume they do, considering in my eyes, it's two different artworks.
Mm-hmm.
Despite it being the same, like posing, the actual base art is the same, it's just the coloration. But I think that coloration is what technically differentiates the two pieces.
No, I agree. It would probably depend on the illustration. I'd imagine, like, with certain artists in mind, they probably do pay, like, a base amount for, like, the concept. And I'm sure they have, like, some kind of working out since, like, they know that a stellar version is going to be required. So I'm sure they have some kind of thing worked out where, like, there's compensation, maybe not as much as you would pay for, like, an entire new art. Though sometimes it's not as easy as, like, I'm gonna color this purple, because, like, some of the stellars are vastly different in color, and you need... Some of these color changes, like, they're not as simple as, like, I'm gonna drop a little tool in Photoshop and change the color. You have to, like, manually, like, redraw a lot of the portions. Also, hello, me.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, especially because you also have to reconsider that they have to reshade the artwork with the new colors in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, on Ankylosaurus, you have the tail with giant purple poking ball. Now, it's green normally in the original, in the base artwork. So you need to make sure that you're getting the shades of the purple correctly for the different lighting of that art. So it isn't just a, hey, let me just slap some purple, slap some pink, and then it's done. There's a lot of in-depth work to it. And again, I'm not an artist. I just appreciate good art. I like my shiny cardboard. But it feels like there's a lot more technicalities to it that a lot of people don't realize per se. So yeah, that's the original Ankylosaurus art. So if you kind of compare them, like, even if you just shift it over so you can see, like, both the tail colors. Yeah, that works. So, like, you can kind of see the lighting for, even by the head, you can really see the difference in the lighting of it. So you got a lot more essentially that light filtering near the top of the original art because the colors are also a lot lighter. The Stellar Ankylosurge is significantly darker colors, so you don't have as much, I guess, movement to work with. I don't know. I'm not great with like the artist's technical terms, so to speak. But I like the purple one. Me too! That's a serialized X of 10. I have to be very lucky with that thing.
Oh, gosh. No, the purple one is super nice. Like, I actually really love the color shift they did for this one, for the Stellar.
Yeah, agreed. It's so beautiful. I love that art so much, man. It's such a good card. Even playing it is a lot of fun.
Uh-huh. No, I remember. I remember when Watts handed me and Swole this list. And Swole was not having a good time on Clash, but I was having the time of my life. It's so
Personally,
good.
Yeah, codes, hello codes. Personally, I don't like the of previous art. I like it when there's an out of X of 99, but don't get me wrong, it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, that's fair. Again, everybody's entitled to that opinion. Like, I think there's probably a logistic reason as to why they do that. I don't claim to know why that is, but all in all, I think you get some really gorgeous takes on these arts due to, like, hey, we're gonna make this stellar now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in the future, when Elestrals got a lot more going on in the pipeline, we might be able to see, like, a budgeting towards that. It could also be, like, gosh, with the way that card rarities are going, we might even get, like, a new variant of Stellars.
That would be interesting.
Like, I don't know how or when, but, you know.
Because we have to consider that they're doing serialized versions, or, like, stellar versions of the existing base cards. I don't know how they would attempt... I mean, they've done recolors of serialized stellars. For example, what was it? Not Warmite. The other Might. I cannot think of it for the life of me. No, Frostmite didn't get the recolor. No, it was Warmite. Warmite got a recolor on the stellars. Because the reverse stellar Warmite for Firestorm is different from the
the one from the Kickstarter,
Warmite,
right?
Yeah, from the Kickstarter.
Oh,
correct.
yeah, chat. Let's pull these up.
Codes. Oh, it went from yellow and red to an almost purple. That's correct. Yeah. So the Warmite, I think, was like yellow and pink.
Yeah, yellow.
It was such an odd. Yeah, it was an interesting stellar. And then they made the Champ Warmite in a reverse stellar, and then it ended up becoming a lot more purple. And that was one of the the purple and blues. It was a totally different in general. And honestly, I really enjoy what they did with it, and I wouldn't mind like redoing older stellars. But again, these are two different cards. You have to remember that that's the original Warmite versus the Champ Warmite. So in a sense, it's two different cards, but they also, again, have done a complete recolorization on it.
I did not notice that, actually.
Yeah. When, I think Dan, in one of his announcement videos, I think he had already mentioned that, when he was doing the announcements leading up to Firestorm, he said they were giving Warmite a new fresh coat of paint, essentially. Both amazing cards. I love when they introduce Champ version. Not only does it kind of mimic the original, but it does a good job of making it even better. Yeah, that's true. Because the titled cards, essentially, a lot of it, they either build on the original sort of idea of what the card does and then improves on it, or it's just something totally different. And it's been interesting. And that's kind of delving a little more into, like, the effects of the cards. I know we've been kind of on the rarity stuff, so I'm not sure how much you want to dive into that, but...
I mean, it is a different type of card. I don't know if it's entirely a rarity. I think it just allows for, like, more variations of the same, like, So in some card games, like you don't really have a lot of cards with the same name unless it's a gimmick. So similar to how like there's different versions of Pokemon, there's different versions of Elestrals.
Yeah.
It's kind of new for me because I don't play a lot of TCGs where we have stuff like titles or different versions of the same card with the same name. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
no, what?
that's kind of a lie because in One Piece there's like 5 million Luffy's, but
Yeah, that sounds.
but
about
they're
right.
all functionally different cards. Like there's no rule in the game that
Yeah,
says you
for sure.
can't run like 8 Luffy's in your deck. They just have to all be different individual set cards. Versus in
Gotcha.
Elestrals, I can't run Viserys and Viserys. Like I can't.
Yeah.
But I can't run 6 of just Viserys, you know.
Exactly. Although you can run 9 foamies.
You can run 9 foamies.
You
It's
can
true.
run 9
You
foamies.
can run 9 foamies and 9 Caligos.
Oh my god. We are inevitably going to get a full 40 card deck of foamies.
I
at this
can't
rate.
wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
It's- I can't wait until my entire deck is just foamy. I kid you not, Cods, and I'm gonna go. Locals on Thursday. One of the guys brought a Winjin foamy deck, and it's
MG, my goat, my
I love
horse.
it. So good, man. It was so play. It's just like Winjin call foamy.
Every time.
It's the foam every time.
Every time.
Yup.
You want it to work
wasn't-
so well.
He wasn't playing full Capricorn, but he absolutely was playing full foamy.
Yeah,
Fully.
just to get farmed by wards for like the 8th week in a row.
Only for me to lock all of his zones. Yeah. No. Words locked all of it. It was doing a
Yeah, flat team.
lock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was rude.
I mean, I feel like the only place they can go with Stellars without going crazy is like
Mhm.
it's one of two ways. You either go higher and then they add the texturing like they've been adding with the new art, which we'll touch on the texturing in a little bit, or
Mhm.
you go down and you give them like common point Stellars, which I don't know if they would really want. Like I have a prototype Sluggle I traded from Dan. It was kind of a surprise in the trade, and so it's Stellar Sluggle. There's no foiling.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Yeah, I
clean.
think-
I'm not gonna. It's actually really nice.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes it just lets the art speak for itself. I'm here for it. I wouldn't mind something like that. I don't think they would do it as like a serialized then.
No, like
So
it would
maybe
just
it
be
would
a
kind of-
regular, a way for you to like have the fancy card without being like there are only 10 full art stellar ambrosias in all of existence, except
Yeah.
for this printing where we printed it in comic.
So I wouldn't be opposed to that. It sounds like Shenrilla XYZ from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm unfortunately not that familiar with the Shenrilla.
I do not know that card.
Oh, Shangri-La, Castilla, Shangri-La, yeah. Crack King is pretty
Ah.
much Castilla. You pick a zone and they can't use it.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Let's see. I wouldn't mind it. Like, again, I am all for having alternate art of other cards. It makes things more accessible to players too. 'Cause, like, if we kept printing the same, like, ambrosia 1,000 times, then, like, I mean, you kind of get bored of staring at the same thing all the time.
Yeah, but then you
But
like.
that's just me.
I'm worried that it goes the opposite direction. Like there, you know how there's like a billion Circle the Sky arts.
Yeah. Listen, I know there's some hardcore Circle the Sky enjoyers.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Circle the Sky.
I do love me a good Circle the Sky, especially the full art ones from Celebrations.
Yeah, those ones
Those
are
were
nice.
great. Those were fantastic. But I know it's not the best card. So it's like, yeah, we have like 8 printings of this card. What are you gonna do with them? I don't know.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like the concept is cute, and I'm sure they're done putting Circle the Sky for a hot minute, but like
Yeah, no,
at
for
some
sure.
point,
I mean,
you know.
listen, I'm a casual Circle the Sky enjoyer. I have every Circle the Sky playmat. I have the Circle the Sky playmat signed by as many of the artists as I've been so far. Like,
As one does, your regular Elestrals player just
yeah.
totally has all of these things. Yeah, totally.
yeah, no, totally. But like, yeah, I do worry sometimes they're gonna do too many printings of like, I mean, on one hand, yes, they're trying to print the card multiple times, so again, everybody has access to the card. And the other hand, it's like, how many arts of like, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick a random card. How many arts of Elchick can we have before it gets beaten down into Tartarus even further? Like,
Yeah, like if I just
I
bring
don't
up,
know.
I'm not even gonna bring up the whole site. I'm just gonna do a screenshot of the collect site. Like that's just like on the page.
Just to show how many, and that doesn't, like, we're talking just different arts here, which what Sidsley's showing now is every different printing of Circle the Sky. So that's every version of it in the starter decks, every version of it from, like, each of the main sets, all of the alternate arts, all of the, you know, it's like, this thing has been, like, beaten like a dead horse. It's wild how many Circle the Sky different numbered, like, set number printings there are of it. It's insane to me.
And like, don't get me wrong, I think this card will have its time, but that's like more gameplay than it is brevity. It's just like,
yeah,
at some point you end up with like, it's important to reprint staples. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, like I love how accessible Elestrals is with their like aggressive reprinting. I know some people don't like it because like, well, what about the value of my cards? And I'm like, okay, well, I like the fact that I can like build an Elestrals deck for like $20.
To be fair, it felt like with Circle the Sky, they were just trying to have every spirit printed, not so much to make it more available just to fit the theme. So every no, that's true, and I agree. Now they need to mix up the pairings and again.
Yeah, we need the other 4. Look, there's only 4 forwards. Yeah, we need the other 4 forwards.
Yeah. Now we're gonna combine. We're not gonna have Solar combined anymore. Solar is gonna go be with now.
Actually, wait.
Obviously.
Based on the fact that there's 8 different, okay. What's on?
God.
8 permutation 8.
Oh God.
Right? 8 permutation 8. What is 8 permutation 8?
Oh God. Too many.
I
just had a very devious thought, and the people who are not enjoying Circle are gonna hate me. Given the Divine Champion sets, what if they do circles with the paired Divine? So it's what is it?
So you have Hermes and Zeus, right? So they'll have their own pairing. You'll have Poseidon and Hestia. You will then have... So the thing is, they started splitting them up into separate decks. So Livestream, right, would then be Dionysus and Aphrodite.
Yep, so that'd be Earth and Water.
Sunstrike would then be...
Thunder and Solar.
Thunder and Solar.
Presumably.
And then we can go off the assumption that Luna and Frost will be together.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate that.
The counterpoint, the value can be the forwards and the sellers, but the people who just want to play the game with no shiny cards. Well, yeah, no, like, I'm all for the printing. I know, like, I'm just saying that I've heard some people make this case. And I think, like, I think anybody's opinion is valid to a certain degree. I don't know if that's, like, entirely optimal for what the game should be doing. I think what the game is doing with all this reprinting is good because right now Elestrals is, like, kind of still a newer game. Like, people know what it is. Now it's been out for a couple of years. But it's definitely, like, yet to take root as, like, you know, any of the real mainstay games. Because it's, like, it's a new IP, it's a new thing. So having it be accessible is one of the most important parts to, like, get new players into the player base.
And it's not like there's anything that's been, like, printed in one set that isn't accessible in another. Bar, you know, Livestream just came out.
Eh,
So.
not Poon. Original Iowa. Anyways.
Hello, Internet.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's valid. But like, I cringed when I saw that Worlds was going to be in Las Vegas. Made me cry. True.
Ooh, hello,
I
Gamer
can't
Man
wait
on
to
YouTube.
fly. I can't wait to fly across the United States to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I flew across the United States to go to Florida. Never take me back there.
Sorry,
I'm
on
sorry,
behalf of the US.
Florida. Like, I'm sorry, but I just... I don't know what they do to their tap water.
Oh my god.
Look, they let the sundial swim in it.
Yeah, side note, side tangent. Elestrals is the most I've had to travel for, like, anything in life.
Oh my gosh,
So glad.
Me too. Like, I do not travel. I'm a homebody lobster. And even though lobsters are TSA friendly, you know, I'm not...
Yeah.
not
For
happy.
sure. Yeah, no, there's been very few, if many, cards that haven't already been like reprinted either within like an upset, within Shattered Stars, within like the tournament packs.
Mm-hmm.
I almost forgot that we had the tournament packs.
Oh, true, the tournament pack.
Yeah, so because we have the, at least as of recent, we have now the hollows for the tournament packs. We have those like not serialized stellar promos that are out of the tournament packs.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ways to get like different alternative of like existing cards. So it's, again, Dan tries to make everything extremely accessible, and I'm so grateful for that. And then before we had found our LGS, we had to drive like 45 minutes to the nearest game store that actually hosted tournament. And it was kind of rough because it's like, oh, we are, and the collector, like, oh, we're never gonna get the TP stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, hey, there's one 15 minutes from us now. Great.
Hey, let's go. That's about like almost mine's a little bit shorter. I think mine's on average like a 45 to my LGS. So not too bad. Like California, you're driving time.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Thanks to Shattered Stars and the tournament packs, copper format is so nice. That's fair. Like, I know, I'm assuming copper format is similar to like Popper.
I think that's probably just autocorrect on Popper format.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I don't know if that's like.
I actually think actually, ironically, Josh was mourning Popper format when they released the common versions in the tournament pack for all the mainstay staples.
Yeah.
He was mourning it because he's like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah, I know.
Bears was broken before they did this. I'm like, there.
Yep. I know he's a huge Popper believer. I know enjoys Popper very much. I think it's the same thing, says Gamerman.
Popper
Yeah,
and Popper
probably.
tends to be, so Popper is the same thing, is that you can only use common.
Popper lost some deck build, lost some of the deck builds challenge, etc. No, yeah, that's fair. But it's interesting because like there's so many different like reprints of the same cards. So like, for example, Morphrost Chimera, which hilariously I happen to have on the desk.
Oh,
TP printing is, what is that, an uncommon? Am I crazy? I feel like I actually know 30 symbols on the bottom.
Do you need me to bring up the? I have the symbol breakdown. I have the symbol breakdown.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Whoopsie.
It's uncommon. No, it's common.
Yeah, this one's an, yeah.
Connected.
So, but then in the main set, it's a foil rare.
Exactly. Which like I like that it's more accessible because like sometimes you just don't get your foils.
Exactly. So like for people who might not have, for whatever reason, like maybe they just have had absolutely dog water luck trying to pull a certain rare. Example, it took us 8 boxes to find one foil Champ Aphros.
Okay, so
Just the rare.
I don't know how this happened. At my LTS, there have been 3 boxes pulled without small Tuga Champ.
That's wild.
And so, like...
That's crazy.
I don't know what the odds of that are, to be honest. I guess it is all randomized, right? But, like...
Yeah. Gamerman, I opened 5 boxes and starters got 1.
You got
Chimera,
one
they're referring to.
okay,
No, 1 Chimera. Yeah, that's rough.
No, I'm convinced
so, like,
Avialift Champ is short printed. Like, I don't know. I've seen 1 pulled across everyone at my LGS. I swear that thing is short printed. Like, I would be on homies if I owned the card.
Fun fact, the only Morphrost that doesn't have a common printing is Foam. Actually, you're so right.
Oh, it is a rare.
Dr. Vilk, me, but Dionysus Madness had to beg for Dio's Madness to have a playset for Kissimmee. That's wild.
What?
Yeah, weird because I pulled 8.
I don't know, like, it's a weird spot. Hello, Spaceball Man. You've been happy about the dedication to accessibility. Helping them away from the foil-only rares. I don't mind the foil-only rares if there's other ways to get them at the start of the set. So, example, like, if, I believe the Artemis starter deck and the Kione starter deck have copies of Ice Age and Rise from the Shadow.
Yes, that is correct.
Like, yes, it does suck if, in theory, in your mind, you have to buy 3 to get a playset. But the fact that the card is, like, accessible regardless is, like, a good thing. If it wasn't accessible at all, like, I'm trying to think... example, like, Lavalith on first release with Frostfall.
Yeah,
Moon.
for sure.
Okay, Lunaface Full Moon was, like, the chase card out of the set because, there was no other way to get that card, and it was the foil.
Not until recently.
Yeah, not until recently.
Yeah,
not until Livestream. Full Moon and Spoiled Fruit finally got, like, a reprinting, and, like, oh my god. Spoiled Fruit was actually kind of difficult to get your hands on too during Moonrise, because you get, like, 1 per box, at best.
And it was just a rare. It wasn't even a foil.
Exactly.
So people were like, I need Spoiled Fruit for my side deck, and it's like, oh, I've only pulled, like, 1.
Like... It's just like you're trying to be like budget about it too. Like everyone says like, oh, buy singles, but if like let's say on average across the people who open cases and the people who open 1 box, let's say it averages to like 2 boxes per player. That's like an overestimation, right? But that means like per player, everyone has at max the capacity to get 2, and some won't even get 1 in a box.
Exactly. It's nuts. I've ripped 9 booster boxes of Moonrise and only had 6 spoiled fruits. Yeah, no, the distributions on the rares can get really funky sometimes, and I wonder if it's intentional or not, or if we're just all terrible at finding.
Yeah, I will say Livestream does help though, because now that the reverse foils can also be rares, that can help you track down some of it. It can help. I'm not saying it fixes the problem. It could potentially help. You know. So
fun little fact. Because we were pulling so many like reverse hollows out of like our packs and stuff, because between Wirtz and I, we got a ton of product. So we kind of decided partway going through stuff, it's like, hey, what if we just do a master set in all foils? We're only missing a handful of cards. Like maybe, I think we're missing like 3 reverse hollows, and then it's surprisingly easy to master set this set, and some of it might be because less packs in the boxes. It could be because of higher accessibility. I don't know. But it wasn't that difficult to master set this. I had a harder time master setting Kickstarter when it came out. And again, that was a lot more limited because we had the Kickstarter itself, and there was like only a certain number that got printed, and I'm sure that's part of it. I did not master set Kickstarter until around, I think, Frostfall, when I got the last full art that I needed.
I agree, Space Pulp. Like, having a foil in every pack is super fun. And the fact that it's also usually like it could also be a rare is a huge bonus too, because like rares actually tend to be very playable cards. Like out of this set alone, there's so many playable rares. Like you have Solar Burst, you have Soulmates, you have like, you have Dionysus Madness, like just to name like 3. And those are just the wounds. Like not to mention the Elestrals, like Ivory.
Oh, for 100%. Solar Burst, best reverse card in the set. 100%. Look-wise, yeah, totally.
It's really pretty, I agree.
Easily one of the best reverse hollows in the entire set. But, like, the fact that you can also get, like, well, I don't think you can get a reverse hollow if there's a hollow version of the... So you're not going to get, like, a...
Yeah, no, you're not going to get... Unfortunately, you won't get the hollows, but, like... Also, being able to bring out your commons is super cute, too. Like, I was talking about this very early on. There was, like, a thread, I think, sometime, like, almost maybe even last year. Mr. Daniel A. Dwight was on Twitter, and he was like, oh, like, what do y'all think about, like, rarities? Like, what do y'all think about, like, stellars? What do y'all want? And I'm like, I would prefer accessibilities for, like, lower budget ways to upgrade your deck. Like, foil versions of some of the cards, because like it's really cool to have high-end bling, right? But sometimes it's nice, like what if I have a shiny version of my card, so I'm not walking around with like 7 serialized stellars in my pocket.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Like some people don't, and some people aren't like lucky enough to pull the serialized stellars of the stuff that they want. Some people don't have the money to buy the single they want, and it's just like, oh, I pulled a reverse hollow centaur, and maybe I just couldn't get the Shattered Stars and get the textured full art. It's still a nice way to kind of like bring out your deck without having to spend a disgusting amount of money. Reverse hollows is definitely one of the best ways to go. Not only does it increase the amount that you get, like commons, uncommons, non-hollow rares, but it also helps you. Yeah, for sure. I also like how it's good for collectors because of the chase card. It lets people engage with the product on different levels.
Yeah, like for all the people who are like collectors, like let's say they love cracking open cases, they want to get their friends into the game. It's like, okay, well now you have extra versions of potentially like meta relevant cards you can give to your friends. And like, if they want to feel fancy, it's like, hey look, like shiny cardboard, like if someone hands you a deck for a card game, don't get me wrong, like I would appreciate it regardless, but like if you get shiny cards too, it's like, wow, this is really neat,
One of the ways that we actually got our LGS like more interested in Elestrals was showing them some of the Shattered, hilariously enough.
Shattered Stars is really nice. Like they do
it is really nice. I will say it is like for the people who can't buy into it, I understand like the hesitation is. For the collectors who don't necessarily full like financial means to get like different versions of the same card, I get where the hesitation is to buy into it. Like you could get a single bundle with 3 packs, you get all your commons. And then you feel like, oh, well, I'm never going to be able to get all of the, like, hollows that are in the set. I'm not going to be able to get, like, as for Celebration. There were so many hollows available, and we only get 4 bundles a month.
Yeah.
Like, we don't go crazy. So, going at it and looking and seeing, like, oh, a few of the, because Tim likes to collect all of the spirits from each set, so if there's, like, all the felt arts, all of the spirit bundles from like Kiss Dallas, all the hollows from the different like main sets. He likes getting like full pages of those, which is really so we're going through the celebrations and we're like, oh, we're missing a bunch of the spirit cards. That stinks because we duplicated up on a bunch of I guess he's grabbing the binder.
Oh boy, Chad, say hi. Guess who's back?
So yeah. So we missed out on a bunch of the spirits all because like we didn't buy into it enough.
That's my goal. That's my voice. I will say that, like, trying to get the Shattered Star spirits
Yeah.
is kind of hard.
The full art list, the constellations, the
Full art stadium.
Yeah.
All the spirits. All the the statue divines. All the spirits. Hollow full art spirits. The Sugamosby spirits. We're missing one Firestorm spirit. The 4 Circle of Skies together.
True.
The felt stuff going on. The stained glass divines going on.
Yep. And they're in like elemental because man is like
pottery.
Yep.
Live stream promo.
And then the Blisser promos.
There's Kissing Me
with the sundial in the.
That's my goal. That's my voice. Yeah, like, I also do want to note something that I really like about new Shattered Stars. So if we talk about celebrations, right? Like, we had the spirit collecting for celebrations was crazy because they wanted all those like Daniel Mosby arts, right?
Yup.
But if you look at like Shattered Stars celebration from then, and you look at like one of like the most recent sets of like Shattered Stars, you would have Hollow like Chariot Ride, right? And they did this up until like kind of recently as well. And there's nothing inherently wrong with it. I think the concept was cute of you would basically find yourself in a situation, chat, where you would buy Shattered Stars, and then you could get hollow versions of certain cards from the mainstay set. And I think that's super neat and all. Don't get me wrong. But I think it also, like, now that they have, like, example, like, the new pottery arts, right?
Oh god, I love those pottery arts.
I think it's a lot cooler to get the, like, pottery version of a card than it is to, like, take the same base art for Helios' Chariot Ride and turn it hollow.
Yeah, especially because, like, Hollow was a, Chariot Ride was a rare. It was just a normal rare that you could get in base set. I think... Was it in one of the starter decks? I don't think it was. So I think the only... Is that Heracles? No, that is not Heracles.
That's Artemis, actually.
That is Artemis. So one of the only ways to really get Chariot was pulling it. That and Chariot is at an all-time low. Oh no, Chariot is Chariot was uncommon. I apologize. So easy enough to pull. They just took a staple, or so to speak, staple rune or an artifact or some of the, you know, colored like rainbow spirit and just put a hollow on it. And like, don't get me wrong, it's fine. Like, for people who want to bling out like all of their, you know, cards, that's fine. But it feels better, just personally, to pull the pottery art, man.
It does, and I
look at how sick that is.
At the point that they did do celebrations, I think a lot of these Omni runes that they did put in foil would do for a reprint. In their defense, they would do for a reprint. True. So yeah. I also don't mind Shattered Stars being a vehicle for reprints at all. I think that's like a great way to do it. But also, I think people agree across the board that like it is nice to get a different art than it is to just slap the foil on it, which budget-wise, I totally get it, you know?
Yeah, and they did still kind of do that in celebrations. I think it was Poison Tunic that got the hollow treatment for celebrations. And there isn't any other version of Tunic currently besides the regular art and the hollow art. We haven't had a reprint of it outside too. So it's like, okay, maybe further down the road, we'll see an alternate art of Tunic for the people who are big Poison enjoyers.
Yeah, the Wasp Ivy fans.
Yeah, the Wasp Ivy fans. But like for right now, they made the hollow version of Tunic, which came out in what? That was Why am I blanking on the set, man?
Tunic came out during Daybreak.
Did it come out during Daybreak?
Yeah.
My god.
It came out
That
with
feels
the
like
advent of
forever
Oracle.
ago. You're so right. It feels like it's been forever. My god. Frostfall. What do you...
No, Poison
no,
Nectar was in
no.
Frostfall, but Poison Tunic was in Daybreak.
I was about to say, there is no way. Tunic.
And like, I agree, Quadfish, it would be nice to see
Yeah,
alternate
it is
arts.
Daybreak.
But again, you do have to keep in mind, like, budget-wise, it is difficult to be constantly commissioning artists for, like, when you're also planning future sets. Keep this in mind, chat. When you're planning future sets, it's also difficult to have, like, an alt-art version for a card that isn't, like, a mainstay, like, staple. Like, if you'll have noticed, tournament pack cards have been gearing towards cards that they expect to see play. Morphos Chimera, Foamy Alt-art, like, Echo Links was a good example, like Links when they had it in Tournament Pack 2. Like, a lot of these cards you expect to see more play, it is worth to invest in additional art for. But something like Poison Tunic, I'm not saying that Tunic isn't, like, a good card. It has definitely seen play between, like, the Rise of Fire Artifact, you could play it in Wasp Ivy. I think it's a cute tech card for, like, any Orgo deck, don't get me wrong. But it's also, like, not something as, like, iconic or as, like, you know, it's not something as iconic or as impactful as, like, Lovelith, Lovels, you know, like, Monolith.
Yeah, and we don't have, and I'm just thinking on it, Laurels doesn't have that many printings either. Like, it's been reprinted in starter deck, but as far as different arts go, it's just the original. And it has the full art. I don't think
it has a
no,
foil in Shattered Stars.
It does have a foil in Shattered Stars. But that's what we're looking at. It doesn't have like a common print, so to speak. The common print, I guess, would be from getting it from a starter deck.
Yeah, and I'm not here to gatekeep like anyone saying that Tunic is any better or any worse than any of the other artifacts per se. But like, if you look at like examples, so some of the original mainstay artifacts are getting reprints with the new Kickstarter set. Those are getting reprinted because they're like they're part of the line. Like if you look at the full art collection together, chat, for all of those cards, like it has all of the intended Elestrals and their ascensions in the artwork. So that's like part of more of like a story thing than it is just them deciding, you know what? We really need a reprint Thunderbolt of Zeus.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, hey, they're trying to... Like, again, like Sansley was saying, they're just trying to tell... It's also helping just promote Awakened in general, so... Like, in that sense, I can understand why they go that... Is anybody... Probably not. But, you know, it looks pretty.
Yeah, and like, if somebody uses it, then great. If somebody doesn't use it, like, that's the card they wanted to pick for the printing. Like, I think some people definitely have opinions on certain printings. Like, example, I am one of the people who agree that the X of 10 Galaxia was a questionable pick for the serialized stone.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think the whale is, like, cute, but, like, Galaxia?
Yeah, for sure.
Galaxia?
Yeah. It was a choice. I don't hate it, but I'm still here like Whale Arrow question mark why?
Yeah, Dan Whale question mark.
Dan Whale question mark. I mean, it could just be that they were trying to find an appropriate like wind-related Elestral that seemed relevant for the theming, and that's what they came up with. And you know what? No shame to that. Y'all do what y'all do.
I didn't expected it to be a good card, and like in theory, it is a good card. It's like Wind Tadpole. The problem is that there's already better Wind Tadpole.
Yeah.
Anyways, homies.
Yeah, pretty much. It's weird because you see like you see them. We see different alternative art. And it's like, this is really nice. Like, let me go through, because we had opened up with the content creator box, and I don't know if you've gotten yours. Did you get yours yet?
I have it in. I just need a. I figured we would go live in the morning, and then 12 hours. Oh wait, here's the problem. I don't know if I can do it tonight. I might do it leading up to chat. If y'all didn't know, shoutouts to the Luminous Rumble happening this evening. In a little bit under 12 hours from now, y'all better get set up to throw down on Australian time.
But yeah, like, looking at some of the Virgo comments that got opened, I don't know how many people are truly playing the Champ Demeter stuff yet.
I'm sorry.
Mind you, we don't have a lot of Demeter current support. So we'll see what next set brings. If they have anything for Demeter, fantastic. But right now, people aren't really doing the Gira Giga champion things. But like,
it's seeing a little bit of play actually. The
little bit
Aussies
of
are
play.
popularizing it because they're calming cards in live stream. So because they've been kind of cut off from product, they've been mailing all the other Aussies the Demeter stuff because I think they poured enough of that to play them.
Yeah, but then there's Haparu, who has been absolutely popping off. Like, my god.
Haparu's
Absolute
a weird
champion.
card. Like,
I enjoy it quite a bit.
it makes sense as to why it's seeing play. At the same time, it feels like it does a lot, and it doesn't do a lot at the same time. Like, I guess it really depends on the deck that you put it in.
Yeah, hopping off, you mean?
Hopping off? You should be hopping on Elestrals this evening.
Ayo. Demeter needs like 2 more cards. Honestly, yeah. It's because we don't have enough Champ Demeter stuff yet, it still feels a little bare bone. And trust me, I am gonna be all. It needs a good rune and a great Elestral.
It actually had a good skeleton, I will say. Yeah. Like the base, you can see what they're trying to do with it, you know.
So my thing, and I think I had a recent conversation about it, is that I was looking back at Earth, and Earth. Listen, I'm a huge Earth enjoyer. It is my favorite archetype. However, it doesn't have the best, like, big guys. Like, I love Centaur with every fiber of my being, but OG Centaur is not great. I will never claim it to be good.
Well, what do you mean? OG Centaur was my goat.
Listen, I love OG Centaur with every fiber of my being, but it's not a great card. Like, blocking Invoke runes under Fulloy. First of all, you have to get the set. OG Centaur insane. Whoa. Wait.
You're reading the wrong part of the effect.
Gosh, what do you mean?
That thing pops cards on the field.
It's a massive. It has the biggest stat line in Elestrals.
It does.
Like, I love it. I love it. It's so good. I can't say, don't worry, Helen, I'm working with I'm trusting you. You've never
played 15s. Brought out a Thunder or Water Centaur and then slap down a Galaxy to make that thing a 15. You've clearly never experienced this.
Paleoloth equals GG's. I've honestly, I'm gonna controversial. I've had more fun with Centaur Champ than I have with OGs. Sue me, call me online, absolutely blacklist me everywhere. But like, I've been enjoying new Centaur so much more because it essentially, you play your cards right, it's a board wipe.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the new Centaur.
Good combo, man.
It does more.
Basically, you get to go wide and you get to blow up somebody's board once you get to battle. It's so good.
I think the reason why OG Centaur didn't see more play has less to do with Centaur and more to do with September.
Yeah, September was just not a good middle.
Like, no offense to September, but like there were definitely some middle ascensions from the earlier first round of, you know, major boss Elestrals that were better than others.
Yeah, new scent slabs, abso-freaking-lutely, man. Oh my god. The fact that you can just... It takes... The one thing that I don't like about it is there isn't a way... You have to take 2 turns to get to it. There's no way to pretty much, like, 1 turn get it out. It's rough. But when you get to it, it becomes destructive. It's fantastic. You get it out, you basically get yourself a free September just by dazing yourself. And then September enrages something on the other side and says, guess what? You want to destroy me? I get to shield you, essentially. It's really good, man. I enjoy it. The whole combo feels so smooth to get out. I think it could use just a touch more tweaking, like 1 more card to just get the combo fully off. I really wish I bloom with it because I'm a huge... But like, damn. Okay. That line is so good.
No, it's cute. And like, when it comes to like, I agree, like, Cloud was saying that like, Amphibial is probably one of the better 3-drops. Like, objectively, Amphibial is one of the best 3-drops from base set. Blaze is a good 2-drop. Like, it's really interesting to see the retrain on a lot of these older Elestrals. Like, we have Majesty Champ, Centaur Champ.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually, like, leads me to, like, the next point of discussion. So we have the, like, one-off prize cards. Well, not one-off, but we have the prize cards, like, for the online and the open.
It hurts me.
We have the Champ Centaur, like, the champion Champ Centaur.
I need my boy.
Chat, if they ever did like a version of this, or like say they took this art and they cropped it back into the Elestrals frame and they printed it in like a tournament pack or something, like would y'all be upset because it's like supposed to be like the only champ card if they like took this art and put it on something else? What is y'all's opinion?
My take on it is that, listen, let's say by some miraculous miracle I happen to win this card. If they go to print it in a pack, it feels like it would devalue the that I put in to get it. It would be like a feels bad sort of situation where it's like I worked my way through the tournament, I went through 7+ rounds plus top cut to get this, I won. Like, this feels really good, I absolutely love this. And then suddenly, oh, we're gonna be reprinting this in, you know, whatever pack it is.
Well, I mean, like, not like the card 1-for-1. Like, if you took this specific art of Centaur and say they planned, like, a Worlds Tournament pack or something, example, a Worlds Tournament pack or something, let's pretend, like, years have passed, and they're doing, like, a celebrational Worlds Tournament pack. And they took the art of the Centaur, but they put it into a regular Elestrals frame. Potentially marble, potentially not marble. How would y'all feel about that? If they repurpose the art? That's like more of my question.
I mean, aren't they already kind of repurposing the art when they just serialize the stellars of the full arts? I mean,
but
that might
this
be my
is different because they're like
the
champion arts are a little bit different. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It feels a little off to me. Like, maybe if the way they distributed it was, so it's like, hey, if they did like a set pack for the top cut of World, where it was variation, it was like that card, or like all of the top, like the champion cards in a pack for like the top 4 or the top 3 of, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, like what if they took all the champion arts, like the full ones, right? And like any of the ones that are like stellar. And what if they just did a pack where they did them, but not stellar? Like how would y'all feel about that? Like the non-stellar version of like this card.
My collector brain would want it. But realistically, I'm not too sure. Like, it's weird. because again, the whole concept of it is supposed to be like, oh, you won, this is the card, like, you know, the whole thing behind it. To take the same art and kind of like, I guess, repurpose it for a means that I get for accessibility, but isn't the whole the accessibility not necessarily like, I don't know, the whole thing feels a bit off.
Makes sense.
And I don't know where to like place it. If they did that, would they make the Locagon stellar?
Since the Centaur isn't. I mean, this Centaur is stellar, and so is the Champ Locagon.
Yeah, the Champ Locagon is stellar. The Centaur is stellar. They had the Torchin, which was the original. I think that's all we currently have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say alt art and prize card arts are included in accessibility, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. I don't disagree.
I mean, I'm not trying to have them be accessible. I'm just asking, like, how y'all feel if they like reuse the one, you know?
Not. I. In the art, since it was. I mean, in the art, since blue is the normal color and red is the. Yeah, no, that's correct.
I think the Locagon would still be blue because the focus isn't on the Locagon being stellar. It's on the Centaur being stellar.
That's fair.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. The solution to accessibility for prize cards is simply to rob whoever has the prize card in Minecraft.
In Minecraft,
Oh.
yeah, in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. And for legal reasons, it's in Minecraft.
I hold an interesting opinion on something. I want to get your opinion on it, Helen, and Chad's opinion. So, my opinion on it is that, like, I don't mind that this is a thing they're doing, because I think it's, like, neat to be able to provide this to new players. So, here we have, like, the best solar card that doesn't need spirits of its element.
Yup.
That's my goal. That's my horse. And so, when we started getting these full art runes, if y'all don't know, out of the tournament pack, there is X out of 10 serialized stellars of a lot of these full art runes. So we have Earthquake here. And so, when these cards and stuff go on the pipeline, right? Like, in printing, chat, to make this clear, when y'all do printing for a lot of these, like, they have to plan the printing several months in advance. Chat. Like, it's not as simple as, like, you can just go and say, you know what? Tomorrow morning, I would like my manufacturer to run an entire new print of, like, this set. That it's not that simple. You have to, like, plan it, you know, do the art and all that jazz. And so, somebody was telling me, I don't know if I can get a better picture of this, unfortunately. We might not be able to get a better picture of these. Someone was telling me, in their opinion, they didn't like that in the Kickstarter, that they had another full art Earthquake. And I'm of the opinion that I think it's totally fine in the Kickstarter that they have a full art Earthquake. And they're like, well, the real reason why I'm upset is because they have a full art Earthquake that's also a stellar. And I feel like that makes the X out of 10 stellars seem less special. And I feel like it doesn't seem less special because they're completely different arts. And
yeah,
like,
I think
one is serialized and
with
one
you.
isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. Especially because it's a staple card. Mind you, like, the promo cards I see is kind of like a separate thing
Right.
from the serialized, like, completely and totally. Because, like, hey, you contributed to the Kickstarter, this is, you know, like, this was part of the deal, like, this is what y'all are getting out of that. Now, I can understand their take, like, hey, like, I pulled the X of 10, now they're releasing another full art stellar Earthquake.
Yeah, like I
You
do
know.
understand their reasoning. I think their opinion is valid. I do think the
Mm-hmm.
flip side, like having the accessibility for new players, like if by the logic you will never print another full art Earthquake that's
Yeah.
Stellar, no one else can
Uh-huh.
ever own Stellar full art Earthquake, which I guess is fine
Yeah.
from their perspective because they already own it. But what happens when you're
Exactly.
a Elestrals player and like it's been 4 years since they released Tournament Pack 2?
Yup.
How would you ever own like a Stellar like Earthquake? Like I suppose if they're that upset, you could make the argument that maybe they could have made the promo one for the Kickstarter like a reverse Stellar. But even then, like I don't think it's as egregious because like it's a completely different art. It's completely promotional. And it's
I don't
not
think it's,
serialized at all, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I get what they're saying, but also on the flip side, like, everyone knows
I
it's
don't
not the same.
I don't think it's how soon the two things are happening together. It is how soon they're happening together.
Well, so by the time they would have sent the original X of 10 Earthquake into print, it actually would have been probably well over, like, a year ago.
Yeah. No, they likely have had that planned out, and this could have been before like U.S. It definitely was before U.S. manufacturer.
Yeah,
If
because
we
it's printed on
consider
the
the
old,
timeline.
like, quad stock.
Yeah.
And so this
Exactly.
timeline, like, I get what people are saying. They're like, oh, well, it happened so close together. But I bet you by the time they, like, planned this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, by the time, like, it had been planned,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely, like, had been a decent amount of time. I know from the perspective
sure.
of, like, an Elestrals player, it feels like it's been, like, too soon, I suppose. But
You also have to consider we've only had the game for 3 years. Like we haven't been doing this for that long, guys. Like it feels like it's been longer because we've had so much happen in that time. It's crazy to think about. Like
yeah,
we we've like gotten a lot of progress done in the 3 years that we've been doing this, and we're obviously still going further and further on. It feels like the reason I think people feel like it's like arts like that is like, hey, it does feel like we've been doing this for longer, but reality is, hey, the TP2, we haven't had it for that
so it will
long.
And if you think about the pipeline, by their logic, shouldn't someone be pissed that we get full art, like, stellar eruption before there's an X out of 10 eruption? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the same argument as to why they're like, it doesn't feel great. I totally get it. The counterpoint is like, someone could be pissed like, how dare they not print X out of 10 eruption before they make this stellar full art eruption? Which, like, yes, the people who don't own the Stellar Fallout Eruption and wouldn't own it in the first place don't care because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But, like, it could have been any good.
You know. 3 years, and I'd say a lot of the player base has been around for less than 1. Yeah, that's a lot more people have been coming because of, like, Awakened. A lot more people have been coming in, having outreach to, like, LGSs. We're getting our name out there a lot more honestly within the last year. I feel like we've had a lot more exposure than we have in the first 2. And that's normal. We're trying to make ourselves more well known, and it's seen a lot of good, success and turnaround. Now the people who haven't been around since like day 1, they don't fully know that, like, hey, we didn't exactly have all of this stuff from the get-go. We didn't plan out the X of 25s for more accessibility on serialized box toppers. We didn't consider the idea of, like, reverse hollows. People could get more common cards with that hollow foiling to kind of, like, give people the opportunity to, like, pull hollows out of their packs. I've only been active since March, and I felt so welcomed in the short time frame. Yeah, I mean... There's a ton that we've only come up with semi-recently, especially when it comes to accessibility of cards, accessibility of arts. like making sure that enough of the cards that we've been making, people are able to get, even if the set isn't being printed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I'm gonna bring up the Circle the Sky example, but the card has now been printed into the ground, and it was originally in freaking Kickstarter. It's crazy how many and how much we've gotten done, how much we've been able to produce in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even I'd say the person who either bought or pulled an X of 10 has more investment to be upset than somebody who wants an X of 10 to be printed. I mean, even though they don't have context, the new player perspective still very much matters in terms of player retention and product perception. No, I agree.
So let me make this clear. I'm not trying to say that whoever has this opinion is like someone who's dumb or stupid or something. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just bringing this up as a point of discussion because it is something to note in terms of card rarity. That, like, from an objective perspective, what makes the X out of 10 Earthquake special is technically that there's only 10 of them in the world.
Exactly.
Now, from the standpoint that they're both full art Stellar cards, I can understand why whoever, like, would own one of these would be upset. I'm not here to dismiss their feelings on the matter. But objectively speaking, I guess this depends on how you view rarity, right? Some people will say that, like, a rarer card than... Here, let me use a good example. A good example would be, like, in Moonrise. You had full art Starbit. You had full art Quackname. And then you had stuff like full art PTA. People will tell you that full art PTA is definitely rarer than full art Starbit, even though they're fundamentally both full art. What impacts the perceived rarity or the perceived, like, you know, how good a card is a lot of different factors. Playability for some people just care about, like, basic printing. Some people care about, like, you know, exclusivity. And so the exclusivity of this Stellar Earthquake from the tournament pack is the fact that it's serialized, in my opinion. If somebody doesn't agree with that opinion, I mean, they're entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that their feelings aren't valid. I'm just saying that, like, it's a matter of perspective. Because if I own, like, the full art, like, I own a Kickstarter Stellus logo. And if someone told me that they were printing another Stellus logo, I would not be upset at all. I'd be like, yes, give me more Stellus logo. And that's the kind of person I am. But that's not going to be the same for each person. So I'm not here to, like, hop on some kind of soapbox and say, like, whoever is upset about the X out of 10 Earthquake versus the new printing is, like, dumb or something. I'm just trying to say that, like, if you do feel bad, like, I suppose I can't change your opinion. But fundamentally, I don't feel like it's a huge, or even in, like, one, I don't think anyone thinks it's intentional. But I don't think it's a huge disrespect to anyone who owns the X out of 10 Earthquake, because from a fundamental standpoint, they didn't print a serialized promotional Stellar. They printed a full art that is a Stellar that you can get from a promo pack that is part of a card line that showcases all three Ascensions.
Exactly.
And it gives new players a chance to get upgraded rarities for a mainstay staple.
Exactly. Now, what I think is also really interesting is they're not gonna make those promos ever again. At least as far as we're aware, those are the only time those promos are gonna be printed. So in a sense, it is a limited card.
Yeah.
So only the people who pledge to get these packs are gonna be the only ones who own this card. Now, I'm not discrediting the X of 10 investment at all. Like, you pull one of those, absolute, all the hype to you. It is fantastic. What makes it interesting is that, to me, again, the Kickstarter promos, and if you kind of look back at, like, other promo packs that we've done too, again, they're not printing any of those cards anymore. it is almost not necessarily like a serialized card, but it is a limited print run of those cards on its own right.
Mm-hmm.
You could also say that about any main. Yeah,
I
realistically speaking, that statement does hold true for a lot of main set cards. They're not reprinting that exact set number ever again. And Dan has been very explicit about that. He's not going to be reprinting they're not going to do like a second edition run. They don't do reprints ever. They do reprints with different set numbers.
Yeah, they do functional reprints.
Yeah, functional reprints we've been doing. Identical reprints we have not.
Yeah. And I think that's like the other issue where like people ask like, oh, they have asked me because I'm like I talk about Elestrals a lot. They're like, do you think they'll ever print Elestrals in other languages? And I feel like that's a difficult question to answer because then that means like, then do you have to print serialized stellar like Spanish like old Tuga, small Tuga? Like, how do you address that? And I think the answer is like, I don't know if Elestrals ever does make it to other languages. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's something that I think Dan has brought up previously. It's something that I think they wanted to do, but they're not sure if they can. And especially because you have to consider when you translate from language to language, it's not going to be an identical count. So what has like 2 lines of text on one card could ultimately end up being like 4 or 5 lines of text in another language.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to see it, and I'm going to rat on the Yu-Gi-Oh community a little bit. One of the y'all have some really long blocks of text.
Okay,
imagine that being translated into Spanish.
I mean, they do that. They actually do that.
Yeah. You guys are basically getting a whole TED talk on, like.
And here's the other thing, chat. You have to remember. I doubt the team doesn't want to support accessibility, but right now the game is still very young and very new. When you decide to print a set of cards in another language, that means you're committing to printing every set in the future in that language. Otherwise, it is a disservice to that country, that language, that nationality. Like, it is a big investment to say that from this point moving forward, every printing before and every printing moving on, that we will have a Spanish version of like this, or like Chinese or French, Italian, Portuguese. Like, that is a huge investment, not only monetarily, but like from all the team members that you need to bring on for localization. You have to find a head judge that speaks that language, and it's a whole, like, it is a much bigger process than people would anticipate. And the second you do it, you can't go back on it. It is a promise you make to your community to support that language as long as the game takes its run. So, like, I don't think it's something that they're trying to ignore because they're, like, lazy or something. It's definitely not something you can just dive into and be like, yeah, we're gonna support Spanish now,
Yeah. Aren't there Yu-Gi-Oh cards that work differently in different languages too? I don't actually just teach Skyhawk Spanish. I mean...
Just teach... You could... I'm sure you could teach him a lot. He knows French.
I mean, we do have a head judge for... So in theory, we could have an Italian Elestrals set.
Ooh, we could have an Italian Elestrals set.
God.
I don't know for Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't confirm I believe it was One Piece TCG, for a period of time based on the wording of a certain card on translation, it did function differently. And I think they've since then tried to errata the card, but like, that's the other thing too, is that like, when you have all these keywords versus like regular words, and you have to translate between like vernacular and interpretation, it becomes extremely difficult to... You also have to reprint the entire rules, like, the rules compendium.
Literally, all the CRR in a different language would be.
Yeah, the complete
my
rules
God.
reference. Like, you would have to take all of that and translate to Spanish and make sure that it can be properly, like, or any language. And make sure that, regardless of
Yeah.
whatever language it is interpreted the same way. And, like, then how do
Mhm.
you interpret, like, certain words, too? Like, you know how, like, there's Elestrals clause that say must. So, Kathmo, you must return, like, you know,
Mhm.
X amount of spirits. Versus, like, you can, versus, like, you know, if you do, then this, etc.
Len normal cast. God.
God, how do you handle the word cast? You know what I mean? Like, you know how in Elestrals the word cast means, like, 5 different things?
Yeah.
How do you handle that in
know
another language? Like, you know,
Ugh.
obviously we're not judges. Like, okay, yes and no. You know what I mean? We're not head judges, so we can't make that call.
MTG uses the English rules as final law when they are just in wordings in foreign languages. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would make some sense. The other thing you have to consider too is once we start to delve into language cards, we then have to make sure that we have people internally on the team that essentially all the roles that we've, like all the positions on staff and our contractors that we have that are English speaking, we essentially would need to double up on that for whatever language it is, and that essentially triples the internal team. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but we might not necessarily have the means at the.
Mm-hmm. Not that I don't like talking about like the hypotheticals on rules, but I do know we got you on a timer. So I was gonna circle back to.
Yeah.
You said you collect Pokemon cards, so like.
I do.
I
did.
when you compare Pokemon rarities, like what is your favorite Pokemon card rarity? Like if you had to pick one, or like your like pick, like what is it?
Honestly, I do love the full arts, but I'm not like a lot of people discredit the hollows. I actually don't like hate them at all. Like I really enjoy some of the hollows Pokemon has done. People are just like, oh, these are worthless. They're only pennies, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I just like shiny cardboard art. Like it's funny. So I have stick my head over here for a second. Let me see if I can. So one of my favorite Pokemon in like the entire game of Pokemon is Meloetta. Now this is a reverse hollow Meloetta. I absolutely love this thing. It is beautiful to me. But a lot of people look at this card and are just like, oh, I can buy this for pennies. This is worthless. And I'm like, but she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of the, when I was collecting, like, all of these cards I've got, they're just hollows and reverse hollows that I just sleeve because I just enjoy, you know, collecting them to collect them. But then we've got, like, let me see what I've also got in here. These are, Jesus, some of these are old. Like, a lot of what I used to do as a kid, and with Pokemon, I wasn't exactly, like, big on playing it. I just like collecting everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make some people cringe, and I am so sorry in advance. A lot of what I did was wrap hair ties around old cards. I'm sorry, y'all can hate me for it. It's bad. But like a lot of these older cards, and like here, this is taking me back. Like this is a multi-energy I don't even remember
is that their version of an Omni rune?
Kind of. Yeah. This is from 2003. The old deck in a plastic bag with a rubber band around it. You are so right. Yeah, like this is one of the energies from Unseen Forces. This is the hollow energy. So it's not like quite a full art because the energies have like the text and everything, but it's like I just really enjoyed. For me, it was just like, oh, I like how this card art looks. some of these cards, Jesus Christ, they are so old.
Oop.
It's not even funny.
Chat, look, Warts is back.
Talking about old decks and cardboard, rubber band, yada yada. This was my first attempt at a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. All the cards are like absolutely destroyed from just hard gravel, no sleeves on the cement pavement.
Yeah, it's pretty wild when you go and consider like how we look at how we used to play as kids with cards like this, and it's just like, what are you doing?
No, I feel that. I feel that so much.
Look
Like,
at mint.
nowadays I cannot do that. Like, I was teaching a girlie how to play Elestrals.
Let me see.
And she doesn't own any card sleeves. So when I set up to teach her how to play, like, we were live, and she's like, what do? I don't have any sleeves. I'm like, that's fine. Separate your spirit
you can
deck.
see how scuffed this is on the art.
Thought I was so cool when I got my first deck box. This deck box is like 20
I
something
think
years
I
old.
used to have that exact same deck box, like unironically.
Like, all of these cards are just, again, a lot of the stuff that's like, these are like a lot of what people would consider like bulk commons or bulk uncommons.
Mm-hmm.
But like, these are the cards I like traded with in like summer camp in the middle of June and whatever. Oh god, here's that young. Look at how scuffed the foil is on now.
Oh my gosh.
This yeah, it is. Unsleeved spirit decks brings me back to those ancient days.
Okay,
You're so
I
right.
think if they're common spirits that you can just pull out of the box, I don't mind those being unsleeved spirit decks. Like, I do that for testing all the time. Like, that's... Spirits are a little bit different. You know, spirits are like whatever cards. I'm talking about like...
But then, like, you look at... Like, this is a common card.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved the little clay art that they did back in the day. This was, like, one of my favorite artworks. For like just regular cards, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that like these cards are worth like jack all. Looking at a card that like that and be like, oh, this has value, especially when it's just a hobby that you. And then, yes, I am rewrapping this back in the.
Yeah, chat. We'll rewrap it.
Yell at me in the comments.
You play your spirits on sleeve, like, yeah, like, I think if they're just regular spirits, playing them on sleeve is fine. I like sleeving my, like, full art foil ones when I use them because they're fancy, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm. And then we go through, and I actually do have a...
You've been reported and blocked.
Oh, damn. So I actually got this binder from Tim originally.
So you cannot get a... Okay, let me make this clear, chat. You cannot get a game loss for having warped spirits in your spirit deck. That's not something that, like, they can give you a... If one of your spirits is warped and you're giving away private information because of that, that's on you. But if a judge disqualifies you for having a warped spirit, I would escalate that to the head judge right away.
Oh yeah, no, appeal that shit.
Like,
100%.
appeal that. Like,
Sorry,
that is not something that happens. Do not make that assumption. Foils in your main deck, sure. But foil spirits, Your spirit deck is a whole separate matter. Sorry, you go, Girlie.
But yeah, like, literally just, ugh. A lot of these are hollows. And I just really enjoy, like, I would collect cards because I enjoyed the foiling on it, or if I liked the itself. It's not like, oh, for spirits in the main deck? Yeah, no, that's valid.
Oh, I mean, but like you
a
would
lot
never
of these cards...
If you have spirits in your main deck, that's a GRE minor, if not potentially major, if it happens.
Correct. But a lot of these cards are just like, hey, I just enjoy...
Yeah, no, that's like the fun part of collecting, chat. Like, I agree with, like, Space Pope, like, I hate that there's all these, like, card market bros that, like, think that they can, like, get value off Pokemon cards or something. Like, it ruins the hobby sometimes. Like,
let me snag this one real quick, but this is one of my favorite cards that I own that I had traded for way back in the day, and it's the World Champs 2006 printing of this Espeon EX, and I just
Actually,
it wasn't because
funny thing, on my desk right now, I found it the other night. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a picture off Google because I don't want to take a picture of it. But I have this Jirachi from like the 2005 World Championship for Pokemon, and I don't know how I got it because I've never been to the World Championships for Pokemon.
maybe you
until
traded it with
recently.
somebody. Who knows?
I'm assuming I probably like I've never played Pokemon. I just liked the art, and I was like, ooh, that one's cute.
Yeah, these are literally just like in a penny sleeve in this beat up as hell like binder. But it's like even this Azumarill isn't that rare, but it's like it's back when they did like type Pokemon. But I love it so much that I just saved a lot of the cards that I really enjoyed. Now, like, people say, like, oh, the are, like, not all that worth it. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, like, if you like the card, collect it for yourself, you know, like...
Exactly. And it's... Yeah, this is the last page. And then I have, like, a bajillion of these that aren't in the binder. But it's like, hey, I would leave get the cards that you enjoy. I absolutely yeeted that underneath. Get the cards that you enjoy. Like, do what you want with them. But then, like, there's other cards that are just like, hey, I just enjoy it to have it. And I use at one like slab stuff, so I have like a slabbed cards. But I really like this Eevee art, and it's not like, hey, I can't just turn around and I lost buying it, but I don't care. I just what else do I have in here for sleeves? There's a couple of sleeves here. There's like just this random, like, again, I like the clay art. These Japanese giraffe rig in a grade 9 from CGC. There's the back when TGA was, hey, I'll shut up TGA. There's the Gyarados VMAX that I think I got out of like mystery packs they sold.
Yeah, I've never been one to really grade cards because like I'm very like low rarity. Like I have a couple fancy cards because of Elestrals, and I'm older now. Don't get me wrong, but like.
But like, yeah, I wasn't crazy about I'm not crazy about grading cards. Like, these are just slabs that I happened to buy because I enjoyed the cards. Like Japanese Rainbow Giratina, because I really enjoy it. And I really don't. I know there's some people who are like, ew, why would you do that to the coloration? Like, who cares? Let people enjoy what they like.
Yeah, like I think having different rarity types and like different taste cards is like unique, and not every art's gonna be for like everyone. Like some people really don't like example. So like I thought the stained glass art from the first set of Shadow Stars were really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of the like stained glass spirits, but some people love the stained glass spirits. Like I just think the little stained glass pieces seemed a little too small. So, like, it was kind of distracting from the art piece. But that's just my opinion. Like, a lot of people love the stained glass spirits. It's their, like, favorite spirit type, you know.
Like, for example, I guarantee you, like, I definitely have some fake Pokemon cards in here, because I just traded shit. This is absolutely this one's probably fake. I think I can tell from, like, the energy up on the top. But, like, if you look real close at the bottom, that foil is peeling up. Like, that's the sort of shit that you know is, wow, I've had these for a long time. I've loved them for so long. And then it's just, like, a lot of cards that I own probably technically aren't really worth, like, that much to the eyes of like, you know, the hardcore collectors, but I like them. I love my Lapras. Lapras is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's just great.
Yeah, and that's like the the fun thing too about like having somebody make a TCG coming from like, I mean, I don't know how much like physical Pokemon you might know. I don't know how much paper TCG for Pokemon like Dan plays it for, but
as far as I'm aware, I don't know if he actually like played.
Is he a collector though?
Definitely,
is he a collector?
He was a collector. Yeah, he's definitely a collector.
So that's like the thing is like Elestrals is a game made by somebody who is in a space for like a collectible card game, a collectible TCG.
Yep.
And so it's really interesting to see that like now someone who has grown up, like he is the target audience of his own game. So there's certain stuff that like even though we might not agree with every single printing, like there's a lot of like nice little small things that I think is like really fun for people. Like some people complain about how many different spirit types there are, but like, you know, if some spirit types aren't for you, like some people don't like the felt spirit, some people do like them, like you have options, and that's like really neat. Like something like spirits are like a really low, like it's a nice way to bling out your deck and have your deck feel a little bit different without like trying to collect all the crazy ones. Like
exactly,
you know.
Oh, I definitely yeeted some of those cards off. Whoopsie, I'll fix that later.
Into the void, they go.
Into the void of underneath our end table.
So comparing
have
I seen what?
Have you seen people who sun bleach their cards on purpose? No, I have not.
I feel like I've heard of this.
I know there are people who like take the artwork of a card and then they paint to extend the art out, so it's like a card of like painted like extension on the original art. But I've never seen people sun bleach their cards. That's interesting.
I wonder if that inspired or this inspired it. So Yu-Gi-Oh has a card like Rarity type called Ghost Rares, and they're like printed, so like this whole like silvery thing you see there is hollow.
Okay.
And they do like a really light printing of the card on top of the hollow. So I'm wondering if like sun bleaching either inspired this Rarity or vice versa.
Sun bleach is cool.
Alright, we've heard the word from what's himself. Sun bleaching is cool, chat.
The implode trend?
What's the implode?
I have no clue.
In terms of rarities in other TCGs I play, like Yu-Gi-Oh has like a bajillion rarities. One Piece has a really interesting type of rarity. Like they have this thing called a manga rare, which like I guess you could say is almost like it's more rare than a reverse stellar, but it's not serialized. I would put them in like the same category as like stellars.
Okay.
In terms
sun bleaching
of, like,
is called outside. Sun bleaching is called outside rare.
Outside rare. I've never heard this term before until now.
Yeah, neither have I.
We have a picture of like the manga. So One Piece CCG, like they didn't have serialized cards until super recently, but they're not something you can normally get in like mainstay sets. They're normally something that you can only get from like tournament packs, which is like an interesting choice. I think that does like make it so that your mainstay set cards like aren't limited per se to like if you wanted to reprint the set, you know, you could reprint the set.
Okay.
So like they would have what basically what they do is they like take art from the manga. And then the background's like all hollow like this. And I think they're like, I don't know if they're guaranteed one in every case or not, but like this was their first like big rarity other than their like alt cards.
Gotcha.
Then they started doing texture cards for they're called SP cards. and they're like a different type of rarity, but they're actually really neat. If I can find a good picture, I'll grab a digital and then I'll see if I can find one that has the effect. So they're like these super fancy, like they're almost like that Centaur out of like Shattered Stars.
Mm-hmm.
So like they have very fancy like arts. They've gone fancy as like time goes on. They have this very fancy art, and then their like main thing is that they have UV and foil on them. So they have like a texturing. If I can blow up this image.
That's sick.
Yeah, they have a texturing to them, which is really neat. So they have foil, and like you can kind of see the inkling of the texturing like towards the top right corner. It's like a very subtle texturing on some of them, but some of them is a lot more like
that's really cool, honestly. God, people get so creative with how they make shiny cardboard, man. It's like
it's really interesting to see.
I
Like,
love it.
It's really neat.
There are so many different ways to like essentially get that sort of like shiny effect to a card.
Yeah, and like
foil patterns you could go with, and there's different ways to like, especially on top of the art already being so good, it's just really enhancing.
Yeah, like the one of the most interesting developments they recently did. So they had a manga rare of this Luffy, and so this is the original manga rare print for this Luffy, and they printed a like secret version of this card art, kind of, where it's like a textured secret, and it's like one of the newer rarities that they've done. And you can kind of see like what they have going on with like the texturing. It's like they call it like a silver manga.
Okay. Oh, that is so cool.
Right? Like it's really interesting what they're doing with it. It's kind of like, have you seen those Pokemon cards where it's like, I think someone told me like it's like an all black card, an all white card, and all red card.
Yeah, I've seen the, not in person, but I've seen the, what is it, the Victini red card.
Yeah,
that like is super popular.
Let me find a picture of it. Like I don't know what's the word. Like I don't know the full impact of this card because I've never like really looked into it. But it is kind of reminiscent of that kind of energy, you know.
I hope Elestrals does more with texture cards. Right now, the texture doesn't seem like it works with the card, it's just there.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's the Victini red card that I've seen before. It has, like, I don't know if it's textured or not, but it has, like,
it looks
that,
like
almost
it could be textured. I can't really, like, tell by the
it has, like, that red envelope sort of, like, energy of, like, it's very, like, a very shiny red. The foil, very interesting.
I'm just saying, chat, we did it first with the blue Eddie.
Red.
We did it first, chat, with the blue Eddie. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, if they ever make a full art Eddie, it better be as blue as heck. Just saying. Just to reminisce back on the fleet as a joke. Also, when are we getting our happy holiday? Like, excuse me?
Happy holiday. Which Celestial happy holiday?
That was Abominursa.
Yeah. So, like, are they gonna make the rest of the family, or?
Yeah, like, come on. We need to also be, like...
Well, that's full-on Stella Eddie, though. That's not full-on regular Eddie.
Correct. We need a full art regular Eddie. That is not a random promo. Just slap it, and you know what? Just... Full art Eddie, champion of whoever the hell is in that set. I would be there for it. Oh my god.
So I don't have a picture of this card. Like, I don't want to turn on my hand cam, so I'm gonna be lazy, but speaking of, like, using the foil or the texture, like, through the card. So, in this Jinbei card, you see how there's, like, the little water effects he has? In the One Piece TCG, just the water effects are foiled, like, a little bit hollow.
That's cool.
It's really interesting. So, like, to your point, like making sure like whether it works with the card. I do really like when the texture like does something or adds something unique to the card. Like we're talking about
Yeah.
the One Piece SP cards, and some of the textures, I forget which card it is. I don't know if I could. I'll try like scrolling in the background while like talking about it. But the UV on the on one of them like adds a pattern to the background that's like really important to the character. Like it was one of their motifs. So I thought it was like a really cool way to like add texture.
Yeah, maybe if they like isolated the texture to not be like the entire card, but certain aspects of the card, that would maybe help it out a bit. So like if the Centaur as a whole wasn't fully textured and it was just the Centaur, then that could have potentially worked. The only thing that concerns me is obviously like you're not really able to feel the texture with the sleeve on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if like isolating the texture would potentially like make it easier to get to. I don't know how it would be.
Yes and no. So like example, here's the this is the SP boa hand clock, and you can kind of see how she has in the background like those swirls. So like that's another way you can use the UV texture, and how UV printing works on these cards is the height. You can control the height of the printing of the UV. The height is measured in a thing called microns, and depending on how many microns will determine like how raised or unraised the texture is. So if you like the full art Centaur from the Shattered Stars, you can tell by looking at it. There's a texture to it, but the like micron height on it is really like not that high because you can't really feel the texture at all.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Let me see. I think we actually have one off this year's.
So it really depends on how they want to like utilize this. If you really wanted like UV effects to pop, you would need the like the micron height to probably be higher to do anything super like fancy. But you could like spot UV certain areas to make it seem like
so there's
interesting.
scent. Let me see if I can get that to not focus on my hand.
Yeah, this is boa hand clock. It's the SP boa.
So get that a little closer. You can kind of see. I know it keeps focus. It wants to focus on my skin.
The texture is really difficult to see on the Centaur because, like, isn't it just like a bunch of straight lines?
It is. So the texture on the Centaur is essentially not necessarily straight. It's a bit curved on like the actual.
Oh, so is it like a radial
on certain areas?
Thing, or...
Yeah, I think it's a radial circle from what I can tell, and I'm just kind of like tilting it around. Let me see.
Like example of how you can make UV make a card really pop is from one of the newer One Piece sets. They have I keep using One Piece as an example because they have a lot of card rarities. You can see like just from this card, like that there's the UV. They added texture to the hair. They like popped out like the outline of the card. Like that's another way you can use like UV to make a card pop more. And it just depends on like what the intention for the artist. Like you can even see that they tried adding like texture to like part of his outfit and like his weapon that you don't see on like some of the other blank space in the card. And so I think that's like a really neat way to use like this is like really low raised UV. It's not a very high raised UV if you look at like the angle. It's like just like a hair taller than the back of the card, you know?
So I think if they had done like, because it seems like with the Centaur they did texturing on everything except for the stat block. So
make sure that you can like read it, I suppose.
Exactly. So if they had done the texture, I think on just Centaur, at least in that particular art, I think it could have, enunciated the card really well. Some of the other textured arts, the full art Lockagon live stream, probably and again, I'm just kind of like spitballing stuff here. You could have done it on just the lock, or you could have done it on just Aphrodite, potentially.
Yeah.
To really kind of isolate it there.
Yeah,
What
like,
some of the other
could have been
texture
like
art?
cute. Like you
Moose,
could have
right?
done like a heart pattern in the background, like a intricate heart pattern, because like that's kind of like their motif.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what some of the other textured arts. I think
Glaciosa,
Glaciersa.
Lodegon.
Right,
The Bella
Lodegon
Boss
is.
or the Bella Boss.
Yes.
Like
Boss
a
promo,
Void
which I
and
do
like
have.
a Void from the new one, from one of the more recent Shattered Stars.
The Boss, especially the pre-release one, they could have very easily done the texture on the actual itself. But it feels like by having the texture on the entire card, and yeah, it is waved on the boss. It is a wavy pattern to it. But it just, or they could have done like the texture on the log.
Yeah, actually, the collect side does a good job of showing off. Like, if I zoom in on the card, it actually has the texture line in the like digital preview.
Yeah, no, they do a crazy good job with collect on that front. I think shoutouts to No Brainer and I think Nick, who manage the collect site. Those two are always on top of it. Like, they do such incredible work with it.
I do appreciate them like showing off like the kind of like the effects on the cards too in like the preview, so you can kind of have a better understanding of the card. I ironically actually don't even have a textured version of this. My
really?
store ended up with one of the few batches that don't have a texture on the Bella card.
Girl, if you had told me, I would have given you some.
I didn't know until someone told me.
Damn.
Like I didn't take it out of the pack, so I wasn't paying attention until one of the players at my LGS was like, "Hey, wasn't this supposed to be textured?" And then so our store owner was like talking to the team. They're like, "Huh, yeah, somehow we just like didn't get textured ones."
So I guess I'm just gonna have to mail some to you. No big.
Come on. Surely the Elestrals team will get some to the LGS event.
Nah.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Well, nah, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm gonna be honest. Bella Boss kind of isn't my favorite Elestral. I'm sorry,
That's
Bella
fair.
Boss enjoyers, but
That's fair.
I like Pentella and Sundial.
Valid. Textured sundial when?
True. Give me more Sundial. When do I find
Yeah,
Sundial
really.
champ? Huh? Where's my Sundial champ?
I mean, if this next set is Thunder and Solar, champ sundial line, like that would be sick.
I don't know, cause from the promo material, it looks like Sundial's actually might be a champion of Apollo. From the Kickstarter promo material, from what it might seem like. If Sundial's the one posing with the bow of Apollo, Nomadial, you know, is posing with the bow of Apollo. Not that it can't be. Everyone, there should be multiple Sundial champs. I take that back. Winjin calls Sundial.
We have two foamy champs.
Exactly.
You can have
Two
multiple sundial
champions.
champs.
It's time chat.
Exactly.
Twin Sundial every single set. Come on.
Exactly. Sundial champion of Artemis. Sundial champion. Let's go.
Sundial. 500 years. 1,000 years Sundial.
Uh-huh. This is the year of sundial.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I have a lot of big stuff planned for World with my Sundial thing. Chat, if y'all don't know, y'all can catch me at IRL Elestrals events and trade me Sundials for ribbon. But I'm doing something really big for the World Championship, chat. Instead of just, one trophy, I'm going to have state fair ribbons for multiple categories of Sundial. Now, I've been telling everyone about this. The easiest ribbon, or perhaps the most difficult ribbon to pick up. I'm giving a ribbon to the first person to trade me Sundial.
Oh my god.
So I have a feeling people are going to be tracking me down for that one. So that's just a sneak peek into some of the women categories. One of them, if you are the first person to trade me a sundial.
Yo, the person who spots you first in the airport, that's it.
I might have to make a disclosure that it might have to be on the premise. I'm not sure how I want to handle this because that gives an unfair advantage to anybody who's camping the airport. Like, what if there's just a Californian cast who's like, that's San Sally, give me the ribbon. I'm like, oh damn, that's spicy. Sorry, Elestrals, like they
or if you wind up on the same plane as somebody, oh well, we're sitting like 3 rows away from me. Trade me sundial.
I will say it is kind of hard to catch me when I'm trying to fly under the radar.
That's valid. Sundial lands, 500 sun files thrown them. What words? Are you okay? Did you have a stroke?
San Sally lands, and 500 sundials are thrown at me the second I step into the terminal. That's what he's trying to say. Don't worry, I speak fluent men. I got this. I know this is the Girlies Talk Elestrals podcast, but don't worry. I think I'm an apt translator.
You think I know how to translate with? It's okay. The doofin be goofin. Goes up to every gal. Yo, actually,
are you San Sally?
Listen, all of the females who play Elestrals, we're all going to dress similar. We're all going to have some form of a sundial.
We're all gonna dress up like K-Play, and you're gonna have to tell us apart.
Yo!
That's my goal. That's my horse.
Gaslight, girl keep, sundial.
Sundial.
Oh my god. I'm like genuinely thinking like how, at least as far as like a lot of the known, and mind you, we have a pretty big community. I wonder how many of us, like how many women are there in the Elestrals community? Because we've got you.
Well, there's me, you, K-Clay, Bull. There is, let's see, there's Hexlex, there's a decent amount of girlies on staff. The names are escaping me at this current moment, but like, I swear they exist, chat, I swear. I promise you they exist.
Women existing in Elestrals Wild?
I swear they exist.
Oh my god. It's like, I genuinely want to like meet more of the ladies in the community.
Yeah.
Y'all are great.
There's like
y'all are fantastic.
Skyla, I met them at I met so many people at Kiss Me and everyone's name like escapes me. Like apologies if it's not you, it's me. I have a terrible memory. Like
that's valid, yeah.
It took me a long time to remember your name. It took me a long time to like be able to tell like a lot of people apart at events.
Exactly.
I'm just really bad at this.
I'm so better at remembering faces than I am names. It's interesting because like, and this we can kind of delve into a little bit of this, but like I was kind of chatting with you earlier before live, but like we go to a locals every Thursday night or as many Thursday nights as we can attend given scheduling.
Yeah.
And you just see like people playing other TCG, and in the whole room I maybe see like 2-3 women, including myself. It's like it's such an odd another venue. Give every woman in the venue a sundial,
you'll find who eventually. Cool.
You're so right. It's such an oddity to see women playing in TCGs nowadays, or like doing like work on TCGs, because a lot of it is like it's not necessarily that it's like a male driven like community, so to speak, but it feels like not necessarily where it's geared towards guys, but it makes me wonder like how many of us are minority.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think that's the thing in a lot of, like, hobby spaces. It's becoming a lot more, like, normalized for, like, women to be in hobby spaces, like yeah, especially like video games too, and like whether it's just a matter of like accessibility nowadays or maybe just like the stigma, like I do think in like the earlier 2000s, like in my opinion, the word tomboy doesn't really exist anymore. Like tomboy is more like a fashion style now, or like maybe like a Japanese archetype of like character trope. Then it really is a concept. Like as somebody who was considered a tomboy growing up, like the stuff that makes you a tomboy like isn't really tomboy anymore. Like there are women in sports, like look at Venus, you know, like doing tennis, like Serena, like there are women in video game spaces. There are women in like hobby spaces. Like look at Critical Role, like they have females on the cast, like
100%,
you know.
yeah. Turns out when you explicitly make safe spaces for women, they will play. You are so right,
That's
Chief.
crazy, I know, and like
you're so right.
Luckily for me, I've never had to deal with too many issues. Like, I've had to deal with issues with online gaming, but when it comes to, like, physical play for TCG, when I played, like, Cloud5 Vanguard, like, I was just a little kid, like, don't get me wrong, like, little boys can also be rude to, like, gals if they wanted to, don't get me wrong, but, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, a lot of the modern issues that women face in hobby spaces are with older men. So growing up, like, a lot of kids, when you're playing TCGs together, like, they don't always really care. Like, some might care, right? But it's like, who cares if, like, the girl is playing, like, okay, if the girl is playing the girly deck, like, that makes sense, right? Like, they put all these cute cards. Like, of course, the girl's gonna play the cute Pokemon cards. Like, what do you, like, sue her, right?
Yeah, for real.
You know.
And it's like, I don't just do, like, Elestral stuff. I like do literally the closet that you see on the side. That is all, like, bulk Elestrals cards. We have D&D stuff in there. Words has some Magic stuff, but we do, like, board games. It's essentially our giant nerd closet. But I've always been, like, a big doing, like, D&D, but I'm, like, the huge RPG person. Like, I love doing those action-based Final Fantasy, like, let me go and fight some stuff and enjoy a good sort of situation.
Yeah. And, like, it's nice to see that there's, like, lots of girls coming out to Elestrals. It's, like, I noticed, like, maybe it's different now that it got more popular, but, like, I noticed in One Piece TCG, like, there was a lot of gals. And it's nice to see these, like, hobby spaces that are, like, very, like, girl-friendly. Like, I think paper Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very hit or miss. Like, digital Yu-Gi-Oh! Community has been treating me very well. But, like, it is hit or miss with some spaces, and, like, you'll have some bad eggs in, like, every community. This isn't something, like, in any space. Yeah. Like, it's not unique to any one hobby or anything.
There was a really big debate in League years ago about women playing almost exclusively women characters. It comes down to feeling represented in games. Playing too without feeling like the character for sexualizing or tropey. Yeah, it's like...
That's the other thing. With League of Legends, I feel like a lot of the support characters are biased towards being female characters. Like, there's very few... There's a support archetype called Enchanters. So those are like the healing supports, and you have like the tank supports, and there's like a couple girl tank supports, there's like a couple girl engage supports. But if you wanted to, like, let's say just in any game that you liked playing a character that would heal your like allies, back in like old school League of Legends, there were very few male male enchanters. Like, if you wanted to play someone that healed your carry or someone else on the team, across the board, except for maybe like Zillion old, like, it was primarily female characters, and I don't know how much of that like actually ends up becoming a bias on the developers' part. Actually,
yeah, I mean, we never know. We don't really get to kind of delve onto that side of things and see like, oh, what are they thinking?
Like, you know.
I've it's interesting because when we talk people making characters to be more geared, I was a Leona main run.
I love Leona too.
I like playing D&D stuff. I'd actually always been geared towards like playing rogue, believe it or not. Like I didn't really start to play the sort of like cleric and supporter sort of like classes until more recently. But I love playing rogue like all the time. Tim Wertz can attest to it. I only played Finder. See, it was like, 2 knives, I stab.
I have a hot take. I think people think that all girls want to play the support role because they're like not good at the game or something. In my opinion, I think more women are willing to play support because they're more willing to prioritize the team over their own, like, you know, perceived perception. Like, majority of men, in my opinion, want to be like, they want to play the carry role, they want to feel strong, they want to feel powerful. And the girls look at that and they're like, well, you need 5 people on a team for like League of Legends, right? So if no one else is going to be the one that like wants to be the healer, I guess I'll be the support, I guess I'll be the tank. Because no one else is going to do it. I feel like there's very few guys who like in their own interest. And I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. Plenty of guys can play the like fill role where they'll just play whatever, right? To like make it happen. Yeah. But I think that like women are a little bit more willing to like almost like self-sacrifice their role. And just be like, yeah, okay, no one wants to play the healer. I'm just gonna play the healer so we have a full party for the dungeon, you know?
Yeah. You could definitely do an analysis of these tropes through a feminist perspective. There's definitely a lot there. Support is the hardest role to play as a main. Playing is fucking rough. Yeah.
Like, I think if you're gonna teach someone how to play a MOBA, trying to teach them how to play support is dumb. You should have someone who knows how to play support. Like, put them on AD carry first, because it teaches them basic fundamentals. But that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's fair. Mm-hmm. Well, like, yeah, there's definitely a lot that we could get into that, like, end of things. Hilariously made a joke while I was on with in K's stream the other day, that a lot of the ladies in the Elestrals tend to be driven towards the female. So the Artemis, Artemis, Demeter, Hestia, which is like, I wonder, I don't know if it's like trying to cater towards the girlies, or if it's just like, oh, we really just, lore-wise, it makes sense, or it could be a combination of both. But listen, I'll take it. I might consider Dio to be a touch femme.
I mean, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. So, like, I actually lean more towards, like, the male divines. I played a lot of Zeus. I loved playing 15. You run 2 Zeus, you run 2 Poseidon, love Poseidon. I'm on Apollo, and Apollo's kind of femme too, don't get me wrong. But, like,
yeah,
I have run primarily male divines. And, like, sure, if you're playing Locagon, you're on Aphrodite, but, like, I think it's just a matter of, like, different play styles. And I don't know if maybe it's just the play styles that, like, I do think women do like to play more control, like, play styles, in my opinion. Like, I could be wrong, I don't want to generalize. But I do think, like, girlies do like feeling like they, like, you know, they like a challenge that's a little bit more than, like, I play a guy with a 5-stat line, you know?
We have very physical archetypes, and that's great. Yeah, 100%. Dio is femtwink 100%.
100%.
100%. Femtwink, bottom energy. We love Dio in this household.
We stand it.
We stand Dio. But yeah, I love the control stuff. Like, I like being able to my people, though strong woman archetype.
I mean, Artemis, Kione, like, okay, here's the thing.
No, for real.
You can be a strong woman without being physically built. I think that's a common misconception. I think physical strength versus, like, the other types of strengths that you can show off as a female isn't always entirely, like, representative from just body type. Don't get me wrong, I love buff women. We love
Yeah.
Chun-Li in this house. We love Chun-Li.
100%. Oh yeah.
But also, I do
horny,
think that like
horny posting on main. Maybe.
do not think that these women are not strong. Like, you know, strength is not like you could be a strong individual while having like a lean body.
Yeah, it's funny. I make this joke, and I'm gonna dip a little stuff here. I work in a very industry. One of the things that they're focusing on currently is like making presented, but I get like joked about. Oh, I'm dealing with stuff that like I have to lift like 50-pound product, or like I worked the last job I had was dealing with a lot of lumber-based product. So it's like, oh, can you do that when you skinny arms? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. I can handle it.
Yeah.
Like, underrepresented, always over-deliver.
I also think it's like interpretation from the like artist as well when it comes to the divines for representation.
Mhm.
Like, think of the female divines we have shown. Like Hestia is like Artemis is probably the one that most likely could have been drawn like with a more like built body type. So far,
Yeah.
the ones we have on the roster, like Demeter is seen as more of like a gentle symbol. Aphrodite is a symbol of love. Not that love can't be buff woman, don't get me wrong, but like I do think that the artist's interpretation of each divine probably leaned towards these like archetypes only because of like what they are, by what they're representing.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at like the divines in general, like a lot of, and like listen, I know that the like some of the artists can lean into like the certain tropes. My personal opinion, I think Dionysus looks a touch young. Like, homie's supposed to be the god of wine.
Maybe kids need representation, you know.
I mean, listen, I will still call him a twink. However, homie's the god of wine. Why does it look like a 12 to 14-year-old is drinking?
So it's wine and mythos, but in the Elestrals world, it's nog. So like, you know, nectar may not be alcoholic. You might not be able to prove that it's alcoholic.
Maybe. I'm kind of glad Aphrodite isn't good. Yeah, no, me too. Honestly, I'm honestly glad. I will always joke that Poseidon was the biggest, like, thirst trap divine of all time. Especially with the...
I mean, Zeus is equally as, like, shootless.
Yo,
I don't know.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
I think I really like Poseidon's Stella. Like, I think it's a really nice outfit.
Yeah, no, I agree. Buff Hera, maybe? Yo,
Maybe.
Actually?
I'd love to see buff Athena. I think everybody thinks that, like, she's... I think you could be a strong woman in both ways. You could be headstrong and body strong. Like, she's the goddess of war,
sure.
you know what I mean? Like, strategy doesn't have to limit the rest of your body. I want buff Athena. Show me the girl boss.
Girl got big brains and big muscle. We love her.
The new Stellar Zeus.
Y'all seen the new Stellar Zeus? Yeah. I mean, if y'all have been paying attention, it's 100% a thirst trap. Did you see the thighs? Anyway, to be fair, I had kind of, and again, I don't see any of like the new
thighs in question.
The thighs in question. I don't get to see any of the card art. Again, I mentioned I'm half, but I had predicted when the Stellar Elchick art came out, the Stellar Champ, that was a Stellar Zeus. And boy howdy was I right.
It did look different from the regular Zeus.
Yeah, it's totally different. So if we see, let's see. I'll check.
The thighs in question. I actually like, I don't know why. I think overly muscular men body types kind of scare me. That's just me personally. It triggers my fight or flight response. It makes me feel like I'm in danger.
Yeah, there you go. There's the Elchick champ. But if you look at it, like, the art was absolutely teased in there.
I
Like, so it
love
has
this
the
Ella
darker,
kit,
yeah, the darker skin, the thunderstorm hair. It's like, the art was right there, and I don't know how many people actually it out and they thought it was, oh, they changed the art of Zeus. Interesting. No, y'all, that was stellar too.
I do think it's interesting that like this Zeus was stellar, but if you looked at like the reverse stellar, like Nectar of the Gods, the Demeter wasn't stellar.
Yeah, I actually have to
It makes me
read
like wonder, like here, let me bring it up too. It makes me wonder like when the concept of like the stellar divine like came into like, you know, like ideas. Black hair versus typical blonde hair.
True. Let me see.
Okay, here we go. So here is the reverse stellar nog. And so we can see that like she's not in her pink outfit. So.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And like I think
So-
Demeter in particular, I think her hair is a pretty similar color in the it's
I
a
can
pretty
go grab that
similar
card.
color. Boy, she's got the card, chat. She's got the card.
Card. Yeah, I just got it yesterday. I'm very happy. Ugh. Ta-da!
Oh, there she is, chat. There she is.
Yeah. So the hair.
The hair is
what?
really
I'm gonna
similar.
do something a touch scandalous. I'm gonna take it because the glare. The
It's honestly her art that
Um,
like is the most different.
Oh, agreed.
Like her
So it's a lot of
outfit,
the
yeah.
cherry blossoms. The hair is still very similar. A lot of people have kind of from what I've been told, a lot of people don't like the whole like it looks like she has different patches of like color on the skin.
That's just the sunlight through the trees.
Just the reflection. That's a reflection of like the cherry blossoms. Like that's just like a lighting thing.
Yeah,
it's
a
not
lighting
like
thing.
it's absolutely a lighting thing.
Like here, let me bring up like both nogs.
It's not a skin condition.
Like you can tell
It
that
could be,
they
but-
didn't with specifically the reverse stellar nog. Like and maybe because it was reverse
Mhm.
stellar, they didn't really consider it. Like even the cup
Yeah.
kind of changes color.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's also a matter of too.
Like it is implementation, so it's something to note. You know.
As idea early, as execution late. Yeah. We don't know how early in the Stellars had been designed. So
Oh.
we don't know like the order in which they had concept out. We don't know like if the order that we got them is actually the order.
Yeah, we may never know.
So like they could have had the concept art for like I don't know, Hephaestus first.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, Demeter and then whoever.
You thought Hestia
You know what I
was
mean?
on Nog the whole time?
Oh,
That's what Sword was saying. I can kind of see it.
would've,
Yeah. I can kind of
so-
see it. From what you're trying to
Yeah.
say, I can kind of see it. Like, they are
Yeah.
very similar in design.
God, I love the Stellar Demeter so much. Now I have to try and scrounge up to more eventually.
Good luck, good luck.
Oh,
I wanted to try to hit
okay.
the Stellar Poseidon, I did not.
Fair.
It do be like that.
Since it came out in Daybreak, that would have been yeah, that
Yes and no. I feel like a lot of Elestrals
I mean-
cards mention new cards all the time. Like, example, Cyanectar is one of like the
Doesn't-
best examples. Cyanectar, original Cyanectar mentioned Poison Tunic before like Poison Tunic even came out.
Isn't Panzer also fighting no, there's
What's
one
Panzer
what is
doing?
it? The Stellar Panzer.
Well,
art.
actually, something that
also
is
teams the what's the other
no. You know what card is really what's the word? What card is extremely guilty of this?
yeah.
the card that's the most guilty of this is actually the full art Pandoras. If you look at full art Pandoras, you can actually see Color Abyss, which have yet to come out. You could see Cinder, which I believe did come out in one of the earlier sets. You see Tornagin. You see Carrion. You see, I believe that's like, I don't know if that's like a Void or like a Void, but like, you actually see a lot of Elestrals on here that like weren't like shown on release.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that full art Pandora's box.
So like, I think it's fine if they show cards that reference newer sets. Like, I don't think that's out of the realm. They've done it. They'll keep doing it. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of cards that are hard to come by, that was only available if you bought the physical Pandora's box deck box.
Yeah.
Like, that is not available anymore.
That's like another interesting like card rarity type. It's like a subsection of like FOMO that like you see in a lot of card games, like these limited time purchases.
I'm sorry, Space Tra. I'm sorry, Space Pope. Yeah, those literally, they were a promo card if you bought the deck box.
I hope one day they do a reprint of this in either like a reverse Stella or a non-foil version, because like this is really cool.
We don't even have a stellar version of the Pandora's box full art yet, so they're probably going to do something like that. Maybe they could tease it with like
Pandora's deck box too.
Electric Boogaloo!
Of course. She was made of wood in the Stella. I could see why people thought that. I think it's just a matter of like the rendering. People didn't quite understand on Demeter like what they were trying to do.
So it was mostly, from what I understand of the art, it's the light reflecting. It's like the shadows of the so she's within shadow and it's filtering through.
So like
that it's
that's my opinion, as like you see these splotches and she's right underneath a tree. And you can see coming from the tree there's this little light here in the corner. So these splotches are just like naturally like the light that the dappled lighting that comes out of like, you know, like trees.
Yeah, that was my take on it too.
Like, here, let me show y'all an example of what I'm trying to say.
We could ask Lorenzo directly.
Well, no, but like, yeah, but like, so like, look at this grove of trees, chat. Look at this grove of trees. Like, you see how there's like light that filters through the trees? That's the light falling on Demeter.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this is. That's what they're trying to like simulate with this art. So like, she looks a little bit darker in some areas because she's in the shade of the trees. So I feel like that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, what happened to Demeter? Why'd they like give her spots?
Adjust the lighting real quick.
It's the light.
Yeah. Speaking of lighting, I'm gonna adjust this real quick.
You need Pokemon cards?
See if that helps a bit. It started to get really bright in here. There we go. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think people who own the original Pandora's like box printing would be upset if they did like if they sold Pandora's deck box again but did reverse Stellar?
Only if they made the deck box stellar too.
That would be crazy.
But like,
now I have to get the stellar deck box.
Now you need to get the stellar deck box.
That would be crazy.
And you get a stellar promo. I would honestly, definitely, Tyler. I just gave you a great marketing idea.
Yeah, send it to the DM. Send it to the DM. Mr. Daniel H. Life, we need the stellar Pandora's deck box.
God, I can't imagine how much that would cost to make. That's oof. Considering they only did a limited run stuff anyway.
You want to collect 1,000 Demeters so you can call it your Demi Kilometer collect. Okay, so here's the problem. I don't know if you can actually own 1,000 Demeters. I don't think she's been printed enough times for you to own 1,000.
No, you just have 1,000 like copies of, not necessarily different copies.
No, but like even with her. So, you get 2 in each starter deck, but the problem is the Centaur's starter deck has been sold out for a hot minute. She comes out of Shattered Stars, but there's a finite of Shattered Star bundles. And not every single foil in the Shattered Stars is going to be the stained glass Demeter. They have a printing of it for the Statue Divine as well, but that hasn't been in print for over a year now.
No, that's also
she
long
hasn't
sold
seen
out.
a reprint in a long time, so I don't know if you could actually like. Eventually, I'm sure you could, but as of today, I think you would be hard pressed to collect 300, maybe even.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know who's selling that many Demeters.
Yeah, that'd be pretty difficult. All of the chapter 1 is sold out like completely. It's been sold out for time. So getting the statue Demeters is like near and now.
So like I'm sure you could eventually, but whether or not you could do it at this exact moment, I think would be very difficult. You'd probably have to wait for when she's printed again. Because at least then
hopefully
she would come
soon.
in the booster boxes.
Soon.
True, she needs the support. She needs the support, chat. Surely.
Yeah. Truly, maybe. Who knows? It'd have to be a community bit. Yeah, you know what? That's true. With a community, we could make it done. With just as a individual, that'd be harder.
Well, I don't know if she's going to be featured in the next set or not, because we just had an Earth Divine come out.
Yeah, it's
so unless they want to double up on like divines, like have another solar at the same time as solar, they might need to like spread out like the solar and the lunar.
We had let's take it back. Firestorm was Hestia and Hermes, and then they had the other starter deck,
which is Zeus it was Hestia and Poseidon.
Well, it was Hestia, Poseidon, and then
Zeus and Hermes.
Zeus and Hermes. So that's the 4. We didn't have a double of the starter decks. So for live stream.
Yeah, let's.
Or no, technically we had. So we had.
Yeah. Let's go. So we have water, fire, right? We have water, fire. Like let's just go off the elements. We have water. We have fire.
We have the water,
then
fire.
We had thunder.
The thunder, wind. And then. Yeah.
I'll go gray for the wind just so we can see it better.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. We had Earth, Lunar.
Earth, lunar.
We had another water.
Frost.
And then we had frost, which I'm gonna make purple. Like a light purple.
Yeah. So both the waters are already 2 different divines.
So we're looking at thunder and probably like solar.
Yeah, so probably thunder, solar, but then I wonder what the other would be. Which would be interesting.
Thunder, solar. We haven't seen. Is there anything we're missing? Element.
No, I think we covered all 8. I don't think they would double up on Earth or Lunar again, just because of just.
So if we're going off of the trends, right? If we're going off of the trends, that means theoretically the last set's mainstay is focused on Lunar and Frost.
Yeah, and part of me wants to think that if they're going to bring back an element, I think they fire and do some Hephaestus stuff. Yeah. Maybe not a heavy amount of it.
So let's see. New divine, new divine. New divine, new divine. New divine for New divine for solar confirmed. Likely new divine for thunder as well.
Potentially, yeah.
So we can expect a new divine for these 2. So of the remaining elements that haven't been reprinted yet, we have from the original mainstay set, we have Demeter.
Yep.
We have
Hephaestus. Zeus. No, Zeus got reprinted. No, Zeus was in. Yeah, Zeus has got reprinted.
Apollo hasn't had like the main focus.
Right. And probably because he was still so new.
And then Aeolus. So if we think about it, you probably don't want to put Apollo in the same set, right?
Yeah,
as the new one.
I forgot about Aeolus.
So likely Apollo's gonna be pushed to the next set. I don't know. Do you think they're gonna wait all the way until the last set to do another like Do you think they'll want to pair together fire and wind again, considering they were kind of paired together in the first set?
Probably not. If they're smart about it, I don't think they would.
And then, do you think they want to repeat the meter, like do another? You notice how like so water was reprinted here, like there was a new water. Do you think they want to do the old Earth now or later? Like, basically, we only know for sure that Apollo's likely going to be in the last set. The same thing with the new Luna and the new.
What if they did like Earth and the like Demeter and Apollo?
Demeter
In the
and
last.
Apollo in the last set.
Yeah, because that spaces out Earth by a set.
And then
And
we
that
haven't
spaces
seen
out
wind
solar.
and fire
Oh.
for like a set since.
Yeah. So it could be that we see Aeolus like in this
Aeolus
upcoming.
Hephaestus in this set.
Maybe. I don't know.
The only thing I can say for certain is the Apollo is going to be in the last set.
I think so. I don't think they would put Demeter in this as much as I would love it. Like a starter deck in this set because we just got deep.
Well, let's see. What did we get? Did we get any Luna? How many Luna and Frost cards did we get in Firestorm?
Oh god, probably not that much. Let's take a look. Sets.
Wonder if we can
Firestorm.
lab out the theory on this set. We've gone from card Rarity to set theory.
So we had, if we're including the spirits, we had 14 Frost, 14 Lunar.
Like, technically, they can just decide to do whatever they want.
Yeah, true. It's their card game. But if we're looking at live stream,
I'm trying to think of, like, what cards kind of have an overlap between Solar and Thunder. Which, like, Wind would make a lot of sense.
Solar and Thunder would be Foss. Foss herself for sure.
Well, like, so you know how, like, Titanostalk champ is a champ with a list, but it's, like, good? I'm trying to think, like, if there's any, like, kind of little bridges like that. Like, I could see Hephaestus because of Dregalis.
That's also true.
That could be a reason to see it in this set with the coming of. You could make arguments for and against it, because, like, if it's been confirmed that Celestial is the champion of Ares from the Kickstarter. So I wonder if they're going to bother doing, like, a champ Regalis or not.
Ankylo Shock and Ankylo Surge, champions of whoever is Thunder.
Cool. I don't know if they're... I wonder if they would be, like, actually beneficial to a Demeter strategy or not. Because you do kind of, with the Demeter cards, want some of your cards in the underworld. So that you can cast it with the Giga Force.
Yeah, that plus the Verd, champ of Demeter, is a healer.
Like, there's a lot of different, like, lines. And even within, like, mainstay decks, we do see a lot of different, like, variations. Like, there's the new
sorry, Verd champ is not a healer. I'm thinking Panda.
You're thinking of the original.
Pandasyn.
But yeah, Pandasyn's a healer. New Verdalith just cast the guy from hand.
Yeah, so when you target Verdalith with Demeter's effect, you can special cast one Spirit Earth from your hand. This can only be activated once per turn.
I don't know, it could play out either way, but I do think we know, based off of this, we can expect Apollo to get his rerun in the last set. I don't think they'd want to double up on double Solar Divines for Sunshine.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. We were just talking about light filtering. My skin is not that white.
Stellar Helen.
Stellar Helen, let's go!
We've done it,
Anyway, we've done it. We've done it, chat.
Really done
Oh my gosh.
When it comes to all the Elestrals, Rarity, and like alternative card art styles you've seen, what is your like favorite?
Oh god, you're making me pick. Jeez.
And Chad, do you all
Oof.
have favorites? Chime in on this. What is your favorite? Like, are you Stella all the way? Are you more of a full art person? Do you prefer like the reverse Stellas? Are you like a Daniel Mosby art type person?
That's a really hard pick. Because for me, there's certain cards arts that I absolutely adore. But it's such a varied like variety of them that it's so hard to narrow it down to one. If I have to pick something, hilariously enough, I think the foils are really up there for me. And I know that's like, but
no, I think it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah, for me, the fact that it makes a lot more to like kind of give it that extra touch feels really good.
Oh, you cut out
for me.
You cut out after you said something having the foil. Like your last sentence just did not go through.
Oh geez. Having the foil, like the reverse foil, makes the common art printings a lot more. And I honestly.
Oh, it makes sense. It makes it a lot more accessible.
Yeah, like for the people who can't afford to get like a lot of product to try and like get full art, try and pull stellar, not like you want to just make your deck look nice. I think it's a really nice option.
Yeah. I think one of my favorites is actually. So like I'm biased towards like I do really like the full art spirits and Shattered Stars, but I think if I had to like pick something, I do really like the like Homo Stella, specifically like the blister one.
Yeah, no, those new blisters especially really nice. Even comparing them to like the original picks. I love those blister art so much. But there's something about the new art style for the blisters that just hit differently, and I really love it.
I like the concept of having like easily accessible promotional cards, and specifically like if you look at the original set of blisters, like the Pomo Nog and the Pomo Amble.
Speaking of original blister spirit arts. Whee!
Ooh, the Stellar Spirits. Yeah, like I think the blisters are like really fun. I think it's like fun to have like I think blisters are important because it's fun to have like small stuff you could pick up or give to people, and having like the promo cards with I think it's just like it's a fun way to engage with having like a higher rarity card. And they don't do it as much anymore, maybe because people didn't buy them as much, but like I really liked how they had like Stellar Chromalis, they had Stellar Werepup, they had Stellar Frigipup, Stellar Platypus. Like, I know no one uses the Platypus, no one uses the Frigipup, like, they're so cute. And I like having like that low, kind of almost low investment like way to get a playset of like a fancy card.
Plus, it's nice because it lets you kind of like have a little taste of like what the set is, without like fully diving too deep into it. Gamermans, whoever on a leaf, realistic Elestrals, those are my favorite.
Oh yeah, like the Echo Links. Yeah, let me grab the Links. The Links is a cute.
God, I love that Echo. So good.
It's a very good art for that Echo Links. Let me grab it.
So pretty.
I do like that Elestrals like does this kind of art too, because I think that like it serves like a different audience. Like you have your cutesy audience, and I feel like this is like a lot more like MTG style, you know. Like I think there are certain gamers who like this kind of art.
Yeah, that is genuinely, I think, my favorite links of all time.
This one's really good. I'm also kind of a fan of the new full art. It's a nice style. It's a very nice style. Let me You grab yours, I'll grab the digital.
Eh. There she is.
Equilinx is a mother, chat, if y'all didn't know.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's confirmed in several quarters.
It's like very much like that artistic sort of almost like comic book style, and I kind of like that. They originally
Oh yeah, the Blitzwix swap from Shattered Stars is really nice. I like that Blitzwix a lot.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to have a non-foil Blitzwix. Like, it's about time.
What's it called? I think the first art that I think really kind of popped for me, like that was like a common art, was what was the Shattered, that like that ash rabbit that looked out of a...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one was like
that
the
was
comic book
so
one,
good.
right?
Yeah,
that one I like the Spectalis. People really like the Spectalis. That's like kind of in that style too. Yeah,
the Zim.
Let me well grab this one up on the screen, then I gotta show you all the Zim Spectalis if you haven't seen it.
There's Rabbit.
The Zim Spectalis is like unironically my goat. Like, it's so nice to have that to give out to like newer players. Cause like Spectalis is like unironically sometimes like a very meta one.
Here we go. There's Zim. Where is...
It's a shame we haven't gotten Visalis in this style yet.
Yo, actually, when are we getting this in style, dude?
Exactly. Where's the comic book Visalis? Where's the comic book Lives? Like, all our little humanoid bozos. Where's the comic book Rumantis and Lumo?
Actually, are both of those the same? Am I crazy? It probably is the same artist, and I'm just
Costa?
bugging. No, oh no. So Costa did Spec, and then Rabbit was done by Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, you could get like a similar vibe, you know, between different.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's very stylized. I do like this style.
I know it's one of Tim's favorites for the specs is the Zim. And
that
then after
really
that,
looks like a Pokemon.
It really does. It really does.
I suppose it does.
Alright, chat.
Pokemon, I'll show you all the real Pokemon.
True.
Well, I think we've gone really around the block when it comes to topics.
Unless there's anything chat things we missed as far as like the Rarity conversations, but I think we've touched on a lot of it.
I'm sure there's a lot more you could talk about, but I think we've also like covered a decent ground.
I am curious to see what chat thinks. If there is, and you can base it off of like other TCGs that you play, etc. What sort of like things art-wise would you like Elestrals haven't? Like, because I know we've gone through a bunch of different types of styles. We have the pottery statue. That was the statue divines were a recommendation of like. We have the stained glass variations, spirits, Elestrals. Like, what do you guys feel like that we haven't yet?
Yeah, we even have like, I didn't show any pictures of it, but like Elestrals really does have like a lot of different ones. We even have like the I can actually bring up Centaur for this one, ironically.
Let's go!
Grab this. We even have the speaking of Shattered Stars, we have the constellations.
Oh yeah, the
Which
constellation rares were
an interesting style.
Yeah, I like it a lot because it also makes for an interesting limitation for artists to kind of be like, well, I have the Elestral art around the pre-existing. So it kind of is like a nice challenge.
Yeah, but like now we're seeing like the marble flame break, so I wonder if we'll see any more flame breaks. With the
I would like that a lot.
the side part. I will say that when I first saw the preview for the marble art stuff, I didn't think I would be a fan. So here's the thing, Tally. You see all these digital previews for these cards. How cards get printed on paper versus how they end up like digitally is very hit or miss sometimes. So we had gone to like the advent of the first concept of these marble frames was back at Elestrals Dallas earlier in the year. Wow, has time flown since then. And I honestly didn't know if I would be a fan of the marble art. Then I saw it in person, like, wow, they did a really good job with the marble. Because there's a world where they did this really poorly. You know, not that I don't have faith in the team, but like, there's a world where this looks really tacky.
Yeah. Also, I see people chatting. They should make an anime in 720 shots of hard joke. No, oh god. You're giving me Ozai jump scare.
Okay, here's the funniest thing actually. So we're talking about like quad arts, right? And the MTG like avatar stuff.
God.
The funniest thing is that like One Piece grabs stuff from the show, but it's never as like poor quality as like the stuff we've been seeing for MTG. Like, not to hop on MTG, but like...
No, it's fine. We can beat up on MTG a bit. We beat up on Yu-Gi-Oh! A bit earlier. It's fine. That is actually a jump scare. Like, straight up, no thank you. Hard pass.
Yeah, and like... It's just kind of like...
Just, like, it's tacky. It's just tacky.
You know?
What is the... Oh, Zabumafu clay art?
So, like, here's the thing, like, this is, like, One Piece's version of that. Is it, like, occasionally you get the One Piece card that just looks like this.
Have y'all seen Thirst Trap Ozai, though? No, and I don't know if I want to.
Like, you know what I mean, chat? Like, these are functionally the same thing, but one looks significantly better, you know what I mean?
Well, it's because Ozai's face is taking up the entire...
Well, yeah, I don't know why they stretched it like that. Like, the flame? Why would they do that?
Oh, brother, ew.
Like, I think there is a One Piece card. I don't know if I can find the picture, because I don't know the name. There's a One Piece card where, like, they screen grabbed, like, something from one of the One Piece games.
Oh,
and that's just, like, the card art, but it's kind of funny. Even though it looks bad, it's kind of funny.
Early OP was just screenshots from the anime, though.
Yeah, I mean, as it got more popular, they started paying for more art, or like, the One Piece event cards, which are kind of like their runes, right? All of the One Piece event cards, if people didn't know, are actually scenes from, the manga. So all of the event cards, they grab the manga art and they colorize them. Except for like when they finally printed like alt art event card, which some of the alt art event cards are really pretty, don't get me wrong. Like this one.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
The Fire Fist
because it still
is really good.
It still has that like stylized like manga-esque like art to it, and they just added color. Like that's fine because somebody was still like drawing the art for the manga, man. It's not like
like
I took a screenshot. I took a screenshot off of watching the show on Netflix and slapped it on a card.
Yeah.
It feels wrong.
It's a much different energy between like this one and like this one, you know?
For real, like jeez. Like literally, if that was the idea there for, it's like, okay, I'll just go watch Disney. It's like Disney going, we're gonna take screenshots from our anime, like our anime that art on our Lorcana card. People would be outraged.
And like, sure, at some point, like, I'm sure there's like a portion of it being like a budget thing, but even then, like, there's a difference between like recycling like media, like just the amount of they could have done this frame, this one quad
Yeah, they
so
could've
much
done it
better. They could
so
have done it.
much
Like they had
better.
options. They had options, chat.
They did not really need to zoom in that far. Like maybe if they had like zoomed it out a bit, so they could have seen like more of the body. I don't know. Been better.
And,
you
like-
could get your point across without being like face first. Like, do you have games on your phone? Sort of energy.
Yeah, and like here's the other thing is that like with a lot of like anime COD crossovers, you have the ability to use like key art from the anime, even if you like can't. So like example, there's been like a lot of Dragon Ball TCG. Someone just mentioned it in the chat. So you have like Dragon Ball cards, and like some of them like they do real art for it, right? But then you have card games like example like Rice or like a newer one that is kind of
Ooh.
what's a newer card game that's like a little bit what's the word guilty of doing this is Union Arena. No one talks about Union Arena, but Union Arena has the ability because they're taking all these different IPs to just take key art from like the anime promotionals and turn it into a card.
Yeah, I can't say I know like anything at all about you.
I don't really know
That
much
looks
either.
nice.
It was a game that came out, like example, like this one. Like this is just a
game that
scene
came
from
out.
like it's either like a key frame, like a key visual, or a scene from the anime. But like you could have done Ozai a lot better. Like you had options. You didn't just have to do this. You had options. Like even this, even though it's like a screen grab from official material, like they put in a little bit of effort to make it like.
Yeah,
What are you
literally,
doing?
it's the energy of the kid.
You know.
Actually,
And I'm sure there's like not great looking cards from like Union Arena. Like some of the Union Arena cards are like just like that One Piece card. They're both on that game. Like look, that's just a screen grab from like the anime. Don't get me wrong, but like
yeah.
having this be like a full art like centerpiece card is just like they had so many options.
Dude, why does that card look like it could be so, like, extremely... I feel like, not the Ozai card, the card that was dressed up. The, of him holding the card up. Why is it... I almost... The joke of, like, him holding up the card, of him holding up
Oh yeah, they could have done it like
of, like,
frame and
they
frame
could have
and
done it like...
frame. That would have been funny.
That would have been really funny.
Makes me want to like edit in the Ozai card.
Actually, yeah.
But like, that's what I'm trying to say is that like, it's fine if your common cards kind of look like this, but like, isn't like this Ozai card, like, considering it's a 4, this is like a chase card, right? Like,
I
could be
think
wrong?
so.
Like, maybe,
I don't know
I guess if it's just in...
Is the card actually any good?
Is it like, did you just get this when you buy the set? Like, does
Words
everyone get
is
this
the
one?
card good? Is Cruel Tutor actually...
Is it a good card? Do you guarantee this? Like, I don't know how MTG sets work. Like, do you buy these avatar sets and get a copy of every card, or do you have to pull these cards?
The showcase source materials aren't super chases, thank God.
But it's a chase.
Yeah, because so I know that there's like different ways to... Cruel Tutor itself is...
So like, I guess my question is
So
like,
is
this
no
card
one's
a
gonna play
hit?
the customer.
Is this card a hit? I guess that's the question. Like, if you're opening your packs and you're like, I hope I get I hope I sure pull my foil Chimera form so I can finish my Morphos deck. And you open the pack and you're like,
Then that just shows up.
yeah.
Like I
And
said,
you're like, damn
Ozai
it, I need
jumps in.
Chimera form.
Damn, it's a minor hit.
A minor
okay.
hit, like, understood.
Is that like the equivalent of just like getting a rare?
Yeah, like, is
And
this
not
a
like
rare? Is this like
not
a
like a
foil? Like,
Is it like a rare? Is it like your hollow? Is it
yeah, I just want to know,
Is it
like,
just,
if
like,
someone gets this card, how
your hollow
upset
rare?
are they? You know, like, how upset are you when you pull this card? Like, is this just a common, or is this like, damn, like, I could have gotten a real card in this slot?
I I will say, you can kind of see the rarity on the card itself, so that circle in the middle, that's like... that, if it's foiled over, I think is your rare.
Oh.
If I remember the
I don't MTG,
rarities correctly.
So you're gonna have to pilot on this one.
Yeah, if I remember the rarities correctly, and I can have somebody correct me if I'm wrong, that little, like, silver circle in the middle is supposed to indicate for a rare.
Understood. Yeah, I don't know. This
has
card
like
is
4 different luxury rare types. Yeah, that's also.
This is the card of all time.
Yeah,
it was definitely a
gonna
decision. It was a decision.
It's gonna be memed until the end of time. They are Wizards of the Coast is
Maybe that was their goal. Maybe that was their goal. Like, we need a controversial card. We need to pick something crazy.
Well, they definitely wanted to be talked about. You sure did it. Alright, chat. You got anything else for us as far as the rarity stuff?
Yeah,
or...
if not, you know, I think we really kind of gone around the wheel.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that we don't like yapping with y'all, but like, I also don't want to hold Helen hostage. Like, chat, I think Wart wants to, like, exist in his house or something.
I mean, he can exist in his house, but we do all... We're gonna go see Wicked when we're done.
But you love yapping? I know y'all love yapping, but don't worry, y'all can catch me later tonight, maybe. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. With more of Elestrals content. Potentially.
What's your favorite shiny stellar in both franchises? Ooh, okay. Well, the obvious for Elestrals is Centaurburn. My favorite shiny in, like, Pokemon? Ooh boy, that's... I think I have to say Lapras. Lapras is my favorite shiny. Do you know the rarest number stellar?
Do I know the rarest number stellar? Probably the 1 out of 1 Asked Rabbit.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. The 1 out of 1 champion Asked Rabbit. Like, not to be biased.
Bose Rabbit.
But my girlie sure does have a rare card on her hand.
Quote her. Yeah, you can quote me. That's fine. The rarest stellar I own is absolutely that set. After that, it's probably the Stellar X of 50 Funglo that we got.
It's really hard for me to pick an Elestral who I think has, like, a really nice stellar. Because a lot of them have really good stellars.
That's true.
Like, I'm really biased towards Stellar Equilinks. I think Stellar Equilinks is really pretty.
Oh, no, the number it's out of. What's the rarest number?
Yeah, it's out of 1.
1?
Out of 1. It's
one?
the 1. It's 1.
No, I think they mean, like, of the 99, like...
Well, I mean,
like
25 out of 25 is pretty good. 10 out of 10 is pretty good. I think Aerowatt out of Aerowatt is also pretty good.
Oh god, I love the Aerowatts. They're fun. Yeah, Equilinks does have a really fantastic stellar. I hope at some point they make a reverse stellar of Lynx. I don't know, like, how controversial of an IP that would be. But
box top of
I would like to see Equilinks get some more love.
I think
and
both,
maybe
both
hey Elestrals team, you want to give me 1 Equilinks back so I can play with 2 in my deck? Thank you.
I actually think both cats could come back to 3 on I1.
Yeah.
I think we're at a point in time where you could put them back to 3. I think Equilinks is definitely more of a war criminal than Kinleo, but...
Oh, 100%. Equilinks is absolutely seen done and seen all the war crimes. But it's fine, we can
You made a short about it. I don't know what the rarest number Stella is. I would have no idea. So here's the thing, chat. I know there's the collect site and people go on the site to register the Stella. You have to
Not
realize
everybody
that
does, though.
yeah, not everybody does. You have to realize that there's probably people out there who have pulled these cards and they just never bothered registering them.
Example. This card was pulled, I bought it, but it wasn't registered. So I registered it myself.
Yeah.
Assuming that they approved my registration.
True.
But yeah.
Shiny Pokemon. I'm trying to think, what is my favorite shiny Pokemon? That's such a hard question.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah, there's
I'm always I always favor towards the blue and the purple shinies, personally.
Those are pretty good. I'm trying to think, like, is there anyone in particular I'm like, God, that's like I guess shiny Umbreon is really nice. But I don't know if that's my all-time favorite. Like, I think that one's just nice.
There are documenting cases of people pulling Stellars and finding bulk later on. Yeah, that's true. Some people just pull it, don't realize that it's a Stellar, and just kind of shove it in with the bulk.
True, there is also the One Ring. As
The
people,
One Ring!
As people in the MTG, like, space, what was your opinion on, like, the One Ring? Like, when they decided that? Like, did y'all think that was just cool? Did y'all think it was deranged? Like...
Considering how much it was bought for, y'all are crazy.
So if y'all don't know, when MTG decided to release a Lord of the Rings set, they decided that they were going to all in on the bid and print a 1/1 copy serialized of the One Ring, which was purchased for like what, like was it like over $1 million?
I think
100,000?
I think Wirtz knows the answer, but I genuinely don't. It was like, I think it was a couple mil. Because doesn't it belong to, what the heck is he? Yeah, Post Malone bought it for 2.2 mil.
That's crazy.
I was about to say. Yeah. So Post Malone has the 1/1 ring. It's nuts. Honestly, we didn't even know Post Malone was into Magic
until he was like, "I'm gonna buy this card.
I'm gonna buy this card because it's money."
You think if Mr. Dan A Drive would print like a similar 1/1 that's not a prize card? What do you think? What Elestral or what card do you think it would be? What card do you think it would be?
Girlies, and he would have it for himself.
Oh, for Girlies? Yeah, that would make.
Yeah, Fulgoric.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't think I can decide on a, like, shiny. In terms of, like, Stellar Elestrals, it has to either be, like, Sluggle or Penteller for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Sundial, but, like, the Stellar Sluggle art I have been in love with since I first set my
That's fair. It is a really nice art. That blue to yellow transition is quite nice, especially with the little orange. Very cute.
It's just so cute.
I'm not normally crazy about the yellows, but it works really well for
really
McDonald's Sluggle.
I'm like a big fan of this. And like, okay, so I have a story about Stellar Penteller. If y'all don't know, in the Elestrals community, there's a certain person who really likes and they keep buying all the Stellar Pentellers. So I spent like the first part of my Elestrals like experience in Korea being like, I'm never gonna be able to own a Stellar Penteller. This bozo keeps buying them all.
Actually, I wonder, did he end up getting any of the topper Penterras? Because I would laugh.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. So when I heard that they were giving out Penteller as the top 16 card, I said, that's it. I'm locking in. Because this is the only way I'm ever going to own a Stellar Penteller. Because Joey Pokeaim keeps buying them all. Curse you, Joey Pokeaim. The most one-sided vendetta ever.
Yeah, but I don't think he has... Oh no, he does have one of the X of 10. I'm a liar.
Oh yeah, he for sure has one of the X of 10s. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think
he
I'll
has-
ever
he
own
has
an
number
X of
5.
10, but like...
Just pull it in your first pack. Easy. It's what I did.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, Pokey-Aim and Ari are both, like...
With their powers
Crazy.
combined. Yeah, I know, they're cornering the market on pen towers. It's crazy.
True.
So I'm
It's
happy to
nuts,
pick this one up, because I'm like, I'm not gonna own one otherwise. I can't fight them in their wallets. Their wallets are far too deep and packed.
It is a really good art. I do enjoy quite a bit, especially just because of, like...
Like, the original art is so, like...
It's good. It's good, but the way that they... background environment... I think the Dallas Pantera a bit more of an edge.
I do think that, like... the Dallas Pantera is really nice. Like, it actually... I think it shines the best as the matte. Because, you know, I also have the matte, obviously.
Yeah.
I think the quad is really pretty, don't get me wrong. But, like, I think the art really does shine the best as the matte. Because you can see the full extended.
Yeah, I have to say, same thing with the Funglow charge. I like the card art, but the playmat is just so good.
Oh, you know,
Gorgeous.
speaking of Funglow charts, that's actually another stellar thing to discuss. What is your opinion about them doing the Funglow, like the serialized Funglow as part of the package? What is your opinion?
I wasn't crazy about the fact that it was an of 50. I kind of wish they had given... like, opened it up to, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe not a full 99, but, like, give us an extra, like, I don't know, 10 slots. Also, the fact that, and this is partially me from fucking Kissing, and I was helping put the bundles together, the fact that people bought multiples of them kind of felt bad.
Yeah,
it's like, hey,
there's
you
only
kind of took...
50
you
of
put
them.
the opportunity out away from somebody else. Yep.
Oh, hello, Wards. Thank you, Wards. Thanks for flexing, Wards.
Yeah. So fun story about the Funglow that we have. Somebody didn't pick up their... God. Somebody didn't pick up their bundle, so we had an extra bundle.
Oh.
At staff dinner on the Sunday, they decided to raffle it off to the staff that was there and worked one. So he's like, do you want the... oh my god, I accidentally... my chair. Do you want the card? I said no. I just... only reason I would have bought the bundle in the place. Straight up. So now at locals, I play Matt. My favorite thing of all time.
It's an interesting thing, like, with the quad. I think with it in mind that they could have let multiple people buy it, maybe they should have done X out of 75, maybe?
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded in 75, but I wish they had limited the
purchasing.
I think they technically, purchasing-wise, I think they technically did, but people made, like, multiple accounts to get around it, which is
you
kind
can't
of
really do anything about that, I suppose.
Yeah, it stinks. Because it's like, I literally saw, I think one person picked up, like, 2 or 3 bundles, and I'm like, y'all, really? Come on.
Y'all traded Funglows? What numbers did y'all trade?
What number did we end up getting?
Chat saying that they traded some Funglow numbers, which is interesting. Like,
yeah. So I know Dan has 3 of them registered. One of the bundles, I think one may have been damaged. So he took that one.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then we got 8, which was pretty neat.
Somebody really wanted number 7. You got number 7? Oh, man. Well, you had number 7 before tweeting.
Yeah, I'm on the collect page of it now. So Gamer got number 7. Surge has got number 8.
Ooh, I don't know, I'm weird about playmats sometimes. Sometimes I feel them, sometimes I don't. I play all of Kissimmee without a playmat.
I mean, I'll be real with you. I saw some absolute chaos.
I like, did you see the person with the pizza box?
The pizza box.
The pizza
yeah,
box. Okay, that one is the kids say is a
like,
legitimate
God.
banger. That one was, I stand that one so hard.
That had me feeling some type of way, man. I'm just like, y'all really gonna put, like, pizza grease on cards? Like,
they were sleeved, right? They were sleeved, weren't they?
I mean, yeah, but like now you're touching that with your hands, and it's
was
gross.
Can you confirm
like,
that it was a
ew.
used pizza box?
Yeah, I saw the grease stains on it. It was nuts.
Mm.
It was a choice. I know Surge can also confirm they were doing judging for side events with me on day 2, and God.
You know, speaking of side events,
We're judging, yeah.
I got traded, like, so I was traded a lot of sundials, right? I think one of the most unique trades I received was I received a draft winning Stellar sundial. Adam won his draft with the sundial and he gave it to me.
That's awesome.
So, like, I don't know how rare someone would count that. Like, how could you prove whether or not the card popped?
I mean, considering that for side events, we were not, like, having you put in, like, your decks, there's no way to prove it. Unless you, like, recorded it.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, not that I don't believe it. I totally believe him. He's a good caster, don't get me wrong. But, like, here when he's like, yeah, just won the draft. In the back of his head, he's like, yeah, I totally lost that draft.
Oh my god, oof. What a time to be an Elestrals fan, y'all.
Okay, I think before we close up, I suppose since we're on the topic of, like, opens, what do you think the mascot for Worlds is going to be, like, in your head? If you know, just speculate.
Gambit.
Gambit?
Yeah.
I really hope it's not Gambit.
Zero hesitation. I think it's Gambit. And it's mostly because it's in Vegas. For the whole gambling thing. I'm almost it'll be Gambit.
You really think
it's not a confirmation, just 100% pure speculation, but I think it's
I really hope it's not. Gambit has like 7 different printings. Wellness has 1.
No?
Gambit has like 6 different printings. Or 5 at least. No, like Gambit has a lot of trust me. Gambit has a lot of printings. Gambit has more printings in like an individual
it has
like
6.
Yeah, Gambit has more printings than like more than half the cards in existence. Like there are more Gambit printings than there are foamy champs. Which
so
I know
Gambit
there's only like 3, but like
Gambit has the Organized Play. It has the Shattered Stars Constellation. It has the Hollow. It has the Realize. And it has the
yeah. So there's a cereal. This thing out the gate, by the way, chat. Out the gate, by the way. This thing was a rare. It's a fuller. That's whatever. That's normal. They decided to give it an X out of 99 on top of that. They printed it in the tournament pack. They gave it a stone tablet. And then they also made it a constellation. Like,
I mean,
who out here is standing Gambit? I'm sorry, Gambit players, play.
There's 24 versions of Circle the Sky. So
okay, yeah, but those released separately. Gambit is a single Elestral that has been out for 1 set, and it has 6 printings. Wellness has 1.
4 of the Circle of the Skies came out in Celebration. So
well, yeah, but like that was a decision. They actively chose to print Gambit 3 more times outside of the first set it released.
Yeah.
They actively chose to print it 3 more times.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Waylands has 1 printing. Original Eye Woolly has one printing and it's not even a foil.
True.
How is that possible? I don't know. They really like Gambit.
Dan really likes Gambit, man. I don't know.
Coin toss Bozo. Actually, fun fact, chat. Did you know that I changed the ruling because of this one? Not me directly, but I'd like to think that my conversation on the card had affected the ruling.
Just flip heads. That's it.
Simply flip heads.
Simply flip heads. You have a 50-50 shot. Just do it. Unless they decide to make another card in
if they make another card that coin tosses, I think people are going to buy it. Like Dan said, he just wanted the one.
Mean, they made the coin. There's no way that
the coins are token markers. They're token markers for days.
There's a head tails coin.
For Gambit, yeah, just for Gambit.
Yeah. There's no way they made it just for Gambit. There's gotta be more heads, tails.
No,
sort of
there's
stuff.
more heads and tails. There's Sprocket randomly chooses one of two cards to discard from your hand.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, when they do that, they'll a d6. And, assign the card
theoretically, it is a random.
Yeah, that's true.
You can use it at the start of the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's more uses than just disposal, I swear. Coin toss Bozo did not just print an entire set of accessories.
Coin toss Bozo. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Gambit unless they do another type of gambling sort of Elestral in the next set.
I sure hope.
And tease that. I kind of hope not as well, but I genuinely think Gambit is our world's rep. Again, don't quote me on it unless I'm right, and then you quote me on it. I will call how many.
I hope it's not Gambit. I hope it's Celestleo or something, maybe.
I wouldn't be opposed to Celestleo, and primarily because Leo is the main face of the tournament, the Play Network.
Yeah.
To be honest, so.
I mean, I also wouldn't be surprised if it was something like Osphacel. Dan loves his book.
Yeah, because if you look at the actual icon for Elestrals premier tournaments, that's a Celestleo on the medal.
Yeah, that's true.
So. It could very well be Celestleo, but my heart of hearts is saying it's Gambit for this, for Worlds.
I think I'm fine if Gambit is the X out of 16. If Gambit is the top, the prize cards, I think people will buy it.
Yeah. I will be curious to see what the actual top cut, not top 16, but the winner card.
Yeah, the winner.
Places 1, 2, and 3. That should be interesting. In that case, I could see a case for Celestleo there.
I mean, I don't mind if Gambit is the mascot. I suppose. If they wanted to make Gambit the Funglow or the Sundial, I guess it's fine.
Wait, hear me out. Gambit gets a pre-ascension.
A pre-ascension?
Yeah.
A baby Gambit?
A baby variation of Gambit. And that becomes the
The effect is you get to buy a coin from the shop.
Oh my god.
Clearly.
No, it's just flip heads or tails. If you flip X, you can special ascend to Gambit.
Alright.
Or you have to
6 copies of Gambit.
No, true. Literally just it could be some variation of you have to flip X amount of heads.
Okay, you know what would be interesting?
And then you can special ascend.
What if it's you can reveal it in your hand and you flip a coin, and if you call it, you can special cast it. That would be kind of interesting. That would be
okay.
interesting.
That would pop off.
That would be really
I
interesting.
would be here for that.
Please don't make this card, please. No more coin tosses. If you take anything from me, please. I'm literally
No, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that, honestly. Oh, that'd be funny. You know what I'm actually really interested in? What the spirit designs are gonna look like. How are we gonna do those this time?
I don't know. It's like someone was telling me that they're worried that like they hope it's not gambling related because that's not child friendly. But like what else?
No, definitely
like,
not.
What else encapsulates
what else
Vegas?
What else is Vegas known for? Also commenting on Gambit's pre-ascension. Bluffle. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. I am here for it. Print it. Send it to the team. Go for it. Oh, that'd be funny.
Gambit's other pre-ascension bit. If you make your opponent laugh, you can special cast this from your hand.
No. Oh my god.
I wonder if maybe like the spirits could be like championship theme, champion theme, because it's the world championship.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah, like on trophies and stuff. That might be really cool.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Have a little medal, you know.
Ooh.
A fancy crown.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm excited to see what more Worlds info we get. And for whoever ends up going. I want to see people there. Wirt and I'll make sure that we're there, whether we're working it or just attending. But we want to be there.
Yeah, definitely gonna 100%. Be exciting. I mean, chat, you still have time to qualify for the World Championships. Don't count yourself out yet. All you gotta do is just win one Premier, chat, and y'all got a ticket. You only need to win once.
Yeah, exactly. All I have to do is win once and get Sent Harbor, and then stop crying.
Exactly. Oh, you got this, bro. You got this.
Yo, literally, I'm not even kidding you. Hey, I might try to sell the Sent Harbor. Do you have anything that I wanted to let you?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I can't afford what you're asking of me.
It's fine. So all you gotta do, Helen, is if you're not prepared this time, you start practicing now. So you win the next prize card and just do a 1-for-1 trade. You know, prize card.
No, actually, I'll put it to Gambit. Heads, I get the card. Tails, Julian gets the card.
Heads, I get the card. Out of the deal. Out of the deal. Truly, the women in this space are visionaries. Truly.
Oh my god, that'd be the only way I could actually... Yeah, alright, chat. I think we need to wrap things up.
Alright, thanks for coming out, Helen. Chat, everyone say thank you to Helen for joining us today.
Thank you, chat, for having me. I was very honored when Zanzi asked me to join today.
I know we're
always a pleasure.
Really inconsistent on the goalie stuff, but it's not because we're busy.
True, yeah, for sure. Elestrals doesn't make itself, guys.
No, it doesn't.
Then, for people who do not know where to find me, hi, I am the fantastic roommate of Wirt's TCG. Y'all can find me with him. You guys will usually see me anytime that we're running premiere events. If you guys ever come out to casuals on nights, I am there as well. I have socials. Do I use them? Occasionally, yeah. But feel free to ever just hit me up in the Discord. I'm one of the moderators if you need anything. But thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for coming out. Chat, there's goalies in this space. If you're a goalie and you don't know there's goalies, trust me, there's goalies.
Yeah, we're here. We exist.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Well, we're probably gonna be signing off then. Yeah. Alright, so Twitch chat, I'm gonna send y'all out on a raid. YouTube chat, thank y'all again for joining us. It's a 50-50 on if we go live tonight with our creator bots. I kind of don't want to overlap with the Luminous Rumble, but who knows? Maybe we can start the stream, hang out, and I'll raid y'all into the Luminous Rumble. I'm unfortunately not going to participate. I have stuff to do very early tomorrow morning, so I can't stay up late, but I know a lot of casters are gonna be duking it out tonight. So if I see y'all tonight, I'll see y'all. If not, thank you for coming out to Girlies Talk Elestrals. YouTube, I'm sending y'all out. Twitch chat, hang on and we'll be heading you out.